Once more, we are RPG Limit Break, sponsored by Twitch, coming from you from Salt Lake City, Utah, raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Good morning, everybody. I am Ozzy. I'm taking over hosting for this shift at RPG Limit Break, and we're going to be cutting over here to an interview with Ghoul02 and the Custom Robo crew. So go ahead, Ghoul, take it away.
Yeah, what's up, RPG Limit Break? I'm Ghoul02. I'm here with all 5 of the Custom Robo runners. Yes, that is right. There are 5 of these guys. So right here we have GhostKing, DarkRoastDracula, we have StingerPA, Terizzle, and Shauny. So first off, I just want to talk. What the heck? Like, how did you guys do? Like, where'd you guys decide on a 5-person relay for this thing originally that you guys then cut down to 4? Because how the heck are 5 people actually going to run this game? And why are there 5 of you that run this game to begin with? Let's talk about let's talk about all of this. So,
well, in a nutshell, I think all of us can say that we, in some capacity, grew up playing this game, which it was sort of a game that not a whole lot of people noticed on the GameCube, but just about everywhere you go on the internet, you'll find somebody talk about GameCube games thread. There's always going to be 1 or 2 people who are saying, I love Custom Robo. So we just kind of all
Robo
love the
battles
game,
in general.
and we just all kind of picked it up. Because we all like speedrunning, we like Custom Robo, why not match the two?
It's also a really easy game to pick up. You know, if you've played through the game once or twice casually, you pretty much have the skills needed to at least do a beginning run.
yeah, that's what I've seen as well. And of course, like every time I see this game mentioned, somebody goes, "Oh, dude, Custom Robo! I played that game as a kid a little bit. I loved it." So like, it's got a bit of that effect going. So it definitely makes sense. So, the format for this relay, as I understand it, it's a 2v2. You guys are going to be like, where you guys will be switching? I think 3 times over the course of it?
Yes,
so
3 times.
So the way it's going to work is, so we've partnered off in teams, and there are 5 of us here, and thank you all very much for getting the 1v1 tournament met. Drac and Riz are going to swap out for that, but me and Drac are on a team, and then Shauny and Stinger are on a team because of they couldn't choose their.
Unfortunately.
No, we all love to throw shade at Shauny because he's really good at the game, and we kind of are obliged to do so.
And he makes really bad puns.
Yeah, we decided on this. We decided on the teams essentially just kind of wanting to do so, and then we just all submitted the game and thought, maybe this gets in, and it did this year.
Oh, okay. So I thought I'd have a bit of fun with this. You guys have to do this 2v2, co-op thing. So I wanted to see how well do you actually know your co-op partner. So we're going to play the newlywed game. I'm going to give you a question about your partner. I'm going to give you 2 options. You're going to tell me which one of those things that person likes more. So, Drac, I'm going to ask you first about GhostKing.
All right.
All right. GhostKing grew up watching Cartoon Network. Did he like Samurai Jack or Megas XLR more watching Cartoon Network as a kid?
The second one.
GhostKing, which one did you like better?
He's actually right by a very marginal amount. They're both good shows, but
They're both fantastic shows. All right. So we have 1 point for this side. Shauny, I'm going to ask you now about Stinger. Did Stinger like the Super Nintendo or the N64 better?
I will go for Super Nintendo.
Stinger?
Super Nintendo.
All right, we are 1-1.
Hey, he's just kind of cheating. He already run the Secret of Mana.
It's not like I run multiple Super Nintendo games.
I figured I'd make it a little bit easier for you, so I got to give Shauny a bit of a handicap. I'm sure you guys understand.
Yeah, absolutely. I perfectly understand that.
All right,
Okay.
GhostKing,
Yes.
about Drac.
Okay.
Drac is a fan of music, as are many people at this venue. Does he like Streetlight Manifesto or Charles Mingus more?
I've actually not heard the second, so I'm going to go Streetlight Manifesto. It sounds like a very Drac kind of band.
All right,
This is a guy who used to have song requests on his stream a lot.
Very fair, very fair.
All right, so we are 2 for 2 on this side. Stinger, it is down to you. All right. Shauny likes to eat food. I know this is a shock.
Yeah. Not really.
Does he like crepes or quiche more?
Quiche.
All right. So both of our teams are actually like pretty in sync. This is going to be a good race.
I hope so.
I don't know. I was pretty confident.
All right. So we have, after the race, we have a incentive for a 1v1 tournament at the end. You know, Custom Robo being kind of this multiplayer battle arena on top of being an RPG. You know, there's this component where you can actually battle each other using the components from the game. And I thought it would also be fun if we would have everybody give their best trash talk for that. So I want you to look at the person you're going to be fighting in the first round, and I want you to tell them why you're going to beat them.
So I'm going to be facing Shauny in the first round of the 1v1 tournament, and I'm going to win because he needs notes.
Oh. This is a guy who has a T-shirt with notes printed on it. I'm not making this up. And Stinger told him he couldn't wear it during the run.
Which is why I'm wearing
His
the Canada
teammate,
shirt.
mind you, his teammate told him he wasn't allowed to use the notes.
All right.
All right, Shauny, what is your rebuttal?
I don't need notes to beat you.
Ooh.
I don't want to drop it.
I'm sure our audience's headphone users thank you. All right, GhostKing, it's your turn. Why are you going to beat Riz?
This guy can't even get a duck to play properly.
Ooh.
Mr. Kingdom Hearts runner.
Oh, that was a Kingdom Hearts thing. Oh, I was really confused. I had no idea what you meant. Good trash talk. You got me. Well, I'm just going to end things quick because I need to go to bed after this.
Oh, man.
Alrighty, guys, I'm going to let them go get ready. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be
All right.
over there in a bit.
Thank you so much for letting me interview y'all.
Thank you.
All right. While we're waiting for everything to get set up here, we've got a couple donations I would be happy to read off to you. We have a 100 anonymous donation saying, "My tears, my soul is with you all. I hope you will all smile. Be well, be safe." And we have a $125 donation from Tinfoil saying, "Good luck, Stinger. Hope you are well rested." And just a reminder to all viewers out there, we still have a little bit of time before the cutoff point for naming the hero in Custom Robo. From what I understand, there's about 7 minutes into the run before that cutoff period is met. So if you wish to make a big change to the name, now is the opportunity to do so. The incentive for the Custom Robo color, though, is not a rolling incentive. That will be Once the choice is made, that is it. That color is permanent. So if you wish to have the custom Robo be yellow, blue, green, that's the time to make your choice. To use your voice. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I should not talk about that sort of thing. But I should be talking about is the wonderful charity we are supporting here at RPG Limit Break, NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. They're a great charity that help various people from all across the country deal with various mental health issues. It is one I'm very proud to have supported over 3 years now, and going on to 4 with this RPG Limit Break event. So any donation, no matter how big, no matter how small, is always going to be greatly appreciated. I do have another donation I could read off right now, but I kind of want to start before just right we're going to get started, so I'm going to wait to read this one off. It's a special one. You guys will appreciate this. But in the meantime, I definitely want to take this moment to give a big shout out to some of our restreamers. We both have a Japanese restream and a French restream. You can find the French restream at twitch.tv/LeFrenchRestream and our Japanese stream at twitch.tv/Japanese_restream. If you wish to enjoy those kinds of conveniences, please go right ahead. It's fantastic that they're willing to put the time and effort to do this. Restreaming is just as much of work for them as it is us over here live at the event, working on hosting, tech, whatever needs to be done to make this marathon a success. I know you guys can't hear it right now, but they're already ripping on each other over there getting ready. It's promising to be a very entertaining race. We're just about ready to get started here with some good old Robo battle action. But beforehand, I'd definitely like to take this moment to show some appreciation to Carrie Fry for designing the RPG Limit Break logo, several of our sub emotes, and some of our promo banners. Can't talk this morning, folks. But you can always check her work out at carriefry.com. That is KARIFRY.com. Speaking of the sub emotes, it is also definitely worth noting that any subs made to the channel goes directly to the charity as well. So if you wish to throw a sub around, that'd be cool. I mean, you get some of those fantastic emotes as well on top of that, so what's to lose? All right, folks. Looks like we're all good to go here. We're ready for some Robo battles, I hope. So we're going to go ahead and switch it on over.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Custom Robo. So this game has also been localized as just Custom Robo because this was the first game in the series. The Japanese title and the title we have it on speedrun.com is Custom Robo Battle Revolution. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick roll call here.
I'm StingerPA.
I'm Shauny7188.
I'm GhostKing.
I'm DarkRoastDracula.
On the couch behind us, we have a couple other runners. We have Starspell, we have Delphi, and we also have Terizzle, who will be part of the 1v1 tournament, which you all have generously donated for. So the format is just going to be 2 and 2. Me and Drac are on a team, and Stinger and Shauny are going to be on a team.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Alrighty?
time starts as soon as we enter a new journey here.
Oh, you guys are on the right screen this time.
All right. In
All
3, 2, 1.
We love Robo battles!
We got to take a break for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so to kind of start off the real story of this game, it's anime. You're a young boy. Your unnamed, unseen father goes off on a mission that he doesn't really tell you anything about. And he says he's going to go very far away, and he leaves you with his watch. Says, never lose this watch, which is not going to be important in any capacity. It's totally going to be important.
Yeah.
And so our anime protagonist here, our unnamed hero, is several years later, as he reaches young adulthood, he needs to get a job.
Like most people.
Yes. His father has passed away, and he wants our hero here to become a robo battler, also known as a commander, I believe?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Commander.
That's actually on the test later. You should remember
Yes.
that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's
Is-
doing the test, not me.
Okay.
It is actually on the test.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is our landlady. Anyway, so this game is a first-party Nintendo IP. Its genre is kind of hard to identify. The game calls itself an RPG. It has a lot of RPG aspects to it, but its main gameplay system is going to be really different from pretty much anything else you're going to see in this marathon. So it doesn't matter where you go there. So we're going to talk to this bald man, Mr. Ernest, who is also unironically the best character in the game.
He is.
And
Yep.
he tells us because we don't have a robo, get lost. He can't hire people who don't have robos. This place is a bounty hunting company, which sort of is seen as below the police on the ladder. But he gets a call immediately to go and do a mission at the local lab, which is nearby. And he tells this guy working here by the name of Harry to bring us there and kind of just introduce us to what the line of work is, in the hopes that we're just going to run off crying with our tails caught between our legs.
Right.
So the world of Custom Robo is a lot like Pokemon. Everyone is, instead of, fighting it out with, fists or weapons, they fight with tiny little 10-inch tall robos that are bound to these little cubes. And the cubes, you just initiate what is called a dive, and then they get into this little arena. And that is where pretty much all fights are going to happen.
A 4-meter wide arena.
Yes.
Canonically.
Yes, and this game loves to explain every little detail about its world to the point where there's too many text boxes.
Hey, that's why if you've ever played the game casually, you're fully prepared to do the speedrun.
Yeah.
This game does everything in its power to prep you for it.
Yeah. It's a relatively linear route. So we're going over here to talk to Harry about robo battles, and this distracts him, causes him to lose, which causes him to violently get knocked backwards. And right behind him was conveniently the robo cube that these burglars were looking for.
Why?
Hey, you knew this was going to happen.
I know, but I didn't think
All
this soon.
Before we get started, we're going to enter the first battle here. What are our robo colors? Those are going to be red and yellow?
All right, we have, let's see here. Let's see, we have
You just got
red and yellow is currently the one. So
They're red,
okay.
we're yellow.
All right. So to explain the combat system of this game, we'll get into what this dice launcher is later, but the sheer basics of combat are you have a robot, it has several different parts, and those all do separate things. And the main one is your gun, which shoots bullets. Pretty self-explanatory. You can throw a bomb, which can stagger enemies and do damage. You can deploy pods, which almost nobody ever does because they're not really that good, but Drax is just going to demonstrate them. And then you can do a charge, which the charge is a super powerful dash attack that will instantly knock down your enemies. The goal of every fight is you have 1,000 HP, they have 1,000 HP, you get them down to 0 before they do to you.
Still relatively close, actually. There's a lot of variance in the first 4 battles as well, because everything in this game is kind of random for the best part. That's the start of the battle. You launch a Robo Cube. That can be any number between 1 and 6, and there's a pattern to that, which I found out only just recently as well.
You can manipulate the dice blocks so that when you launch it, it'll land on a 1 or a 2 almost every time, unless you get unlucky or make a little mistake. The idea is to get 1 or 2 every single time, if at all possible. And then that way, you'll be out of the cube as soon as possible. This adds up to several seconds over the course of the entire run.
There's 64 battles in the run as well, so that does add up to a lot of time after all.
Yeah, not only that, but it gets you first, the ability to strike first, and that can be a lot of damage. So the main combo for early game with Rayo 1, the default model, is charge, bomb, do a bit of damage, and then do a charge, and then deploy a bomb and charge as the bomb hits, so that you don't get hit by the bomb because there is self-damage in this game. And then you get off both the damage of the bomb and the charge. So a lot of the strategy behind most of our decisions that we do in combat is just optimizing damage to get as much as we can for each rebirth cycle. Because the way it works is when an enemy loses all of its, I call them shields personally. It's right above the health bar.
That's
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
It gets knocked down, it's vulnerable and takes reduced damage, and then it will rebirth, in which case it gets a bunch of invincibility frames and can do some damage to you, but usually the enemy just likes to run away, at least the AI. Pretty solid day 1 going so far.
Yeah, actually. Also, the cube launcher, the pattern that I found out only recently is the numbers come in pairs, and when the battle is once it's going into the battle, you can see a brief number, and that number will change to its paired number. So 1 is with 6, 3 is with 4, and 2 is with 5.
Nice, perfect.
Oh wow!
Yes.
And yeah, I don't know why it took us so long to figure that one out, but it helps realizing how to basically do the cube launcher so you can have the best possible battles, really.
So as the name suggests to the game, Custom Robo, you get to customize your Robo. Throughout the story mode, we're going to be getting several parts. We only use a fairly limited amount of them because the ones that the game gives us happen to be fairly powerful. But you're going to see a lot of different types of Robos throughout the entire run, as well as use a few different types of parts. So that's kind of this game's character progression system. So rather than like a conventional level up system,
We're also going to be cutting off the name incentive right after this fight ends.
yeah. So one of the only RPG type games I've ever played in which the character name is not decided until partway through the game.
Which is odd because there's no real prompt for it, really.
So we'll refer to this as day 1. There are 12 in-game days story-wise. We are splitting it up that Drac is going to be doing day 1 through 5. I'm going to be doing day 6 through 8. Drac's going to do 9 and 10, and I'm going to do 11 and 12. And the reason being for this like weird number of days is the days are not equal in length.
No. Okay. So what are our names?
All right, we have Anime with the clear lead, and we have Poke Hero following it up.
Out from behind.
Yeah.
So we've basically done the police's work here and knocked everyone out. If you see any kind of awkwardness to the game's models, I think this game's character models are built off the same engine as Pokemon XD and Coliseum. It looks very similar. It's kind of these characters doing very mild pelvic thrusts the entire game.
Also, reminder, don't do the normal naming thing.
Yes. So we are going to be Team Poke Hero.
Yeah.
And you guys will be Team Anime. Unless you guys want to do Team Anime. Yeah.
You missed the A.
That's anime is first.
Yeah, anime.
Oh, you're right. I was not even paying attention to what I was naming.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Poke Hero is one of the earliest runners of this game. So
he's here with us in spirit.
Yes.
What'd you do?
He actually answered no to the wrong. Wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So Harry is the most annoying character in this game. And anytime you see green text in this game, it's a tutorial.
Yeah. Which is most battles. The story mode of this game is kind of there to serve as really the tutorial to how to play the game.
And grand battle and stuff like that.
And so here we have to talk to every character.
Which is a trait that happens a lot in this game.
This is a recurring trend. We have a lot of jokes running gags and in-jokes we've built up through this game because there's so many just little things like this. So we did all the police's bidding, and the police came in and noticed the scene here. So the lab director, Linda, decides to give us the cube that we found because, I mean, they can't rebind it anyways. It's basically
Finders keepers.
Finders keepers. Yeah, so Ernest gives us a job, but the pay stinks.
The pay stinks. The pay stinks a lot.
Yeah.
We will also be inserting a lot of our community memes into this run, so apologies ahead. It's weird to see Poke Hero.
I know. I love you, Poke Hero.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I should do it in all caps or like capital P and then lowercase letters or.
Well, whenever he runs, he doesn't do the normal A name. He just does a heart or some similar symbol. So it's a shame there's only 8 characters, or else we could have added a heart into there for his.
So coming up into this next section, we'll actually get to customize our Robo. Shocker.
Mind blown.
Yeah, we could have done it earlier because we did pick up what is effectively the most powerful game you get in the story mode of this game, but it's a little bit faster to wait a little bit because we're going to get another really strong part.
And I'll apologize to both current runners because I suggested the reroute where we do basically low % Harry.
Yeah, so we're going to fight against Harry now as sort of like a training fight. And Harry is one of the worst fights in the game, which we'll say about a lot of fights in this game, but he is one of the worst fights in the game.
Maybe because you're still at low %. Also, as a heads up to both of you, charges is how you stun him, like so he doesn't actually fire his Gatling gun.
We are aware.
I know, I just don't want anyone to lose like a minute worth of time. He is.
This fight is evil. not evil.
Not
but
team evil, but
not evil.
Yeah, no, he is infuriating. He's like, you can have a beautiful day 1, and then you'll lose like 30 seconds on this fight because he just everything about him is Stunner Bomb S, which stuns you. He has a Gatling gun, which is infuriating because it downs you just enough if every bullet hits. But if you're able to constantly dash him, like both Drac and Stinger are doing right now, he actually won't really recover before he'd be able to. And you can see on Drac's side now, if you give him a little bit of room, he will all of a sudden make your life just horrible.
Ooh.
That was a really, really good charge there, Stinger.
The thing about charges in this game is they have a lot of startups, so it's a really big commitment.
Yeah.
It's usually best to use as punishes. And as you can see there, they do have invulnerability frames once they are active. I did actually charge through the Gatling gun once it got started.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of sort of little fighting game mechanics to this game. It's probably the genre of game that like people I would think of this game first, even though it has sort of a lot of built-in adventure mode content. There are two main categories to this game. There's New Journey and then Grand Battle, which is a ton of post-game tournaments.
Yep.
And yeah, that's where you really get a lot of the parts. I've never known you could do this out of order. You are blowing my mind, Drac.
Yeah, Drac actually does this
I don't know why
backwards.
It's for no reason in particular.
No.
I just do it because it's the closest computer to me.
Yeah. There's...
I didn't change my parts.
Oh, cool. Have fun with the buggy.
This is a buggy.
Did you change your parts?
They have really
Good.
They have really annoying air jump patterns. I haven't touched on that, but you can do mid-air dashes, and every robot has its own unique variation of the mid-air dash.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately for Drac, this actually isn't the worst buggy of the day. The one which is yellow is the worst one. But not switching your equipment isn't overly the worst. But no one likes doing low percent anyway.
I do.
Drac used to run low percent, I think even before we started doing New Journey, like regular any percent.
Yeah.
Well, that's how both Pokehero and I got started. We both started on low percent, and then I ventured over into any percent after a while. He ended up sticking with low percent for longer than I did.
Yeah, low percent is default parts, and it's an interesting run. Some of the late game parts are really, some of the late game fights are just,
they're horrible.
One of them's basically luck. The final boss is basically luck on low percent.
I don't agree with that dodge that thing just did.
Neither do I, but the game
whatever.
disagrees. And generally, the game wins the disagreements.
That was a good clean battle though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's yeah, now the yellow buggy that Drac is versing is the one that is probably the most hated throughout the community.
I have died on this fight, and I don't know how.
Yeah, he has a three-way gun. He can do the close range three-way gun shot that we can go into more detail now that I guess we have the three-way gun.
The AI in this game is inconsistent. Sometimes it will take random spikes of knowing how exactly to deal with us and the playstyle we kind of have to play with when we're running this game, which is different from how players would play because the AI is not great. And
some AI is way too good though in some parts.
Oh yes,
we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So have we touched on the days parts that we're gonna doing and why we switched to those?
The day parts?
Three-way and standard bomb S.
Oh, yeah. So I still think the standard bomb S is the most broken weapon in the game. Or a bomb, I guess I should say. It stuns the opponent for probably 2.5 to 3 seconds. Like if you hit him with it, it's a quick deployment. It goes over walls. It's absolutely great. And it's early game. You get it after you verse Harry, which is why we wait for the parts generator trip there. Close range three-way gun is not only will it blow your headphones out if you don't balance the audio correctly. I think it's an oversight more or less that all the bullets hit at once instead of being spread out. So it does a considerable amount of damage.
Yeah, it deploys 9 bullets all at once, and if you're at point-blank range, every single one of them is going to hit. And that is kind of stronger than pretty much anything we'd get in the run. There's like one weapon you can get on day 12 that's like good, but not worth the time it takes to get it.
You talking about shotgun?
Yeah, shotgun.
Yeah, that's a minute 28
time loss.
Yeah. To get something which, in a run, I managed to save a minute 31, so it really isn't worth overall. Because you have to do one more parts change, which takes about a couple seconds. So, but it was a thought.
Close race. I mean, literally about a second apart right now.
Yeah. Yeah, even though they went both different ways.
Yes. So this model here is called Shrike, or no, I believe this is Peregrine. and it runs around really fast, and if you breathe on it, it gets knocked down.
Yeah,
So
one
it-
bullet will down it no matter what.
Yeah, there's only one thing I think in the game that can do damage without knocking it down.
What's that?
Oil can gun.
No, oil can.
Only like the long range
Can?
bullets don't. The long range bullets don't.
Yeah, the long range can't, but the close range oil can bullets actually can down them.
Yeah.
But literally everything.
Everything else just knocks this guy out, and it makes for a really quick fight.
And now we're gonna get a call from Ernest, basically saying why doesn't Harry have his phone on?
Yeah, it's funny too because there are two occasions there's a character who swears in the strangest like text characters I've ever seen.
Yeah, it just briefly showed there's a bunch of triangles and whatever. You can see it on Stinger or on Drax screen in a second here, and we basically think
It's
it's
like a
poetry.
division sign with two lines in
Yeah,
it.
well, Ernest is a poet at heart, so I think it's his poetry.
Yeah. So now that we've got training and gotten used to our job, we need to head to this place called Hub Park, where there's these two hoodlums kind of raising a ruckus and fighting it out with a robo battle. Turns out they both asked this girl out, and she accepted at the exact same place at the exact same time.
Oh,
And so poor planning, and now they're kind of fighting it out for her love.
Yeah.
And she just walks away and ditches them.
Actually, we get to see both variations of this because you actually get to pick your opponent, and Stinger went with Thomas, and Drac went with Anthony. So I think the only benefit really to picking Thomas, the guy on the right, is he's basically the same model as the first and third battle of the game already. So it's quite easy to track him and do whatever. Anthony has a little bit less defense, but he's a little bit more mobile. So it's really based on what your preference is or how well you can track them. It looks like they're both really...
Yeah, so you can hit yourself with your own standard bomb S, and that will stun you.
Yep. It's great time
It's
loss.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There you go.
Close.
So that route change didn't matter throughout the entire day.
No.
So now we're going to be ending this day. And actually, we should say as well, after every day, you have an option to wander or go home.
These guys look like they're about to fight you, but they just run off.
It's a hugs and
thought
high
they were gonna
fives.
hug.
Hugs and
Yeah.
high fives.
Hugs and high five. They're team love.
So we get warned by our coworker who has absolutely nothing to do with Hatsune Miku, but we will jokingly call her Miku sometimes
Yeah.
because the resemblance is uncanny, even though this game predates the character by like 3 or 5 years.
Yep. Which actually is quite weird. But also, there's also controversy in the community of how to pronounce her name.
Yeah, so
No, there's
continuing off of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance earlier in the weekend, I say Marcia, these guys say Marcia, and I think they're all wrong.
I think I'm right.
You always think you're right.
Well, that is right.
That is clearly a Marcia.
No. Oh, yes. Yes. Marcy.
Yeah.
Hey, really, really, really darn close, too.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is going to be the test. So in the first 2 days, you were told a bunch of information.
Training hall.
Yeah, training
Yeah.
hall, not steel hearts, guys. Basically, you have to pay attention to actually what the NPCs are telling you. All that green text actually does come into play here because you actually have to get 80% on this test. And if you somehow don't, or you just memorized it, because most people memorize tests anyway, they've taken multiple times, yeah, you would have to redo the tests, and it's a time loss.
So instead of memorizing it, you could make your own T-shirt
Yes.
with all of the answers on it.
Yes, which is behind me. I was not allowed to wear it due to my partner not wanting me to have notes, even though I'm not running this part.
Shoutouts to Parts Burninator.
Yep, or pork.
Shoutouts to Department of Fishing Game.
Yep. Okay, yeah, we should also explain as well. The flavor text and the general text in this game is absolutely wonderful. If a casual playthrough, just choose wander, go around, talk to NPCs.
The localization team had a lot of fun
Yes,
with this
they
game. It shows in just how much goofiness there is. Also, every fight you do when you get like a tutorial, there's 3 options. There's I get it, I don't get it, and then there's
A snarky one.
There's a snarky response. Sometimes it's a weird variant of I don't get it. Sometimes it's just you're sassing one of the other characters, and
As
they
you
get
should.
so upset at you that they repeat what they have to say.
Yeah, and there's actually one opportunity where you actually can do that, and actually it saves time, and you can be snarky, and it's at the end of day 9 when you're going to dinner, you actually can be snarky to Lucy, and she actually will give you a shorter answer. because you actually insult her saying, why is it her business? It's a time save, I guess, but...
Some of the textbooks time saves, like this game has a lot of text prompts. Most of them don't matter.
Yeah.
Some of them like will save frames in the TAS, but manually taking the time to enter that is a problem. There's also 8 frames of lag on every single text box, so it's pretty easy, relatively speaking, to mash perfectly in the game. You know you're mashing perfectly because you won't hear the little bleep bloop sounds that the characters make, because the characters in this game have Banjo-Kazooie speak.
I always thought it was Animal Crossing more, but...
It works too.
Yeah.
So this day, Harry is walking with us to our house because the boss wants
Ordered
us
him
to.
to.
Although he did get a girl's number finally.
Yes,
Yeah.
because she thought he was kind of charming.
Even though he literally said, see, I'm charming, write down your number, which is a great way to do that. That's
It's a great way to get the ladies, guys.
Yeah. We don't like Harry.
And so he immediately proceeds to lose the phone number.
Which doesn't look like much of a phone number, really.
Or a very long phone number. That was several lines of text.
Have you seen how big this world is? There shouldn't be that long of a phone number.
They shouldn't have boats, but they still do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, so the world, you can see in the overworld map when they're traveling. Also, don't pay rent today. Shout out to Delphi for coming up with that with notes. This is the only day that you actually do not talk to Lucy. Every other day, she'll always stop you or talk to you in one way or another, and this is the one day you don't. So,
As anime as this game is, I am kind of... So our character actually has one of the oddest cases of, like... So there's the whole thing of main character syndrome, of the character who clearly having the odd hair color looks like the main character. There are characters with way more anime designs than he has.
like Ernest.
This would be kind of fixed on the Japanese version, because in the Japanese version, he has a headband that has like tails that go down to his knees.
Yeah, it's glorious. It has wind physics and everything. Like,
I don't know why they took that out in this version.
don't know
I guess they wanted to make it somewhat more.
But you can actually see on the character portrait when the hero's talking, you actually can see the bandana still around his forehead. So it's still there technically, but he's just wearing a headband really at this point that doesn't actually go over his hair. So I don't know how he's really doing that.
Yeah, so with Harry dropping the phone number, there's a family of 4 who lives here, and the wife found the phone number in her husband's back pocket while doing laundry in the morning, called up the number, heard the voice of a cute girl, and thought her husband was cheating on her. So they settle, marriage disputes via robo battles, because that's how you solve everything in this game.
Oh, so Carmen, or I guess as of right now, she's not named properly, is actually one of the most annoying fights for the first 4 days.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing a lot of this robot that she has here.
Yes. This is where, after this day, we get Metal Ape.
Mm-hmm.
And then we basically have our equipment. Stinger, do you use Bebot D at all?
I do not. I'm going to equip it anyways.
Okay,
for
thank you. Guys, that's one.
Yo, nice cancel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was
That was really rare, actually. So what just happened
Oh, wow.
was you get a frame-perfect
Boom.
trick where you hit the opponent with a bomb or a pod at the same frame that you hit them with a charge. And instead of reducing the shield, and it just doesn't do any damage. Well,
It does damage, but it doesn't do any. It doesn't bring down their shields at all.
Yeah, so here's the new thing in this custom mobile game compared to the previous ones, is there's double battles. So now it's a 2-on-2. And it can get very aggravating doing double battles in this game.
Especially for the one that you have Rayo 1.
Yeah, this is the, unless you forget to change it for the next fight afterwards. Yeah, this is the first and only Rayo 1 double battle that you will do.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So also, the husband and wife are they apologize to each other and decide to express their renewed love for one another in the form of a 2v2 robo battle, taking it out on us mean people.
Yeah, who stopped them from
Especially
fighting
Harry.
in front of their children. Well, everyone should take out their anger on Harry. That's
fair.
Very fair.
Actually, we should explain why the community kind of hates Harry.
His AI is trash.
Yes. There's 1 or 2 other allies that you get in the game which have possibly worse AI. But the thing is, Harry is your main partner. There's only, I think, 4 or 5 battles throughout all the double battles that he is not your partner. And unfortunately, he likes to bomb you. He likes to shoot pods that get in your way.
And he likes to get behind walls and just shoot
empty bullets for do nothing.
Yeah. And you can see on Stinger's side here, he will shove enemies away from you with his guns too. So you can't do your combos effectively, essentially, when he's just shoving them over. And he's just annoying, and he only gives you nothing but tutorials. So there's no real point to having Harry.
Synchronized headbanging.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone has animations when they play. I never noticed that actually. Yeah, everyone always has animations every time they talk, and when you're skipping through, you'll kind of see them kind of vibrate on screen, which looks amazing, but it's like it wouldn't be a speedrun if we weren't skipping through all the text anyway. And there's a lot of text. I counted.
So this part is great. Our boss calls us up and yells, "Get over to the local coffee house now." And he's like, "What?" And we're like, "Why?" "Because there's a wanted bandit there worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars." "Why? How do you know this?" "I'm there. I saw him with my own eyes." "Why aren't you doing anything about it?" "I like my coffee now. Just get over there."
Yeah.
Our boss is great.
Also, there's the dock on Drax screen, which later you'll figure out it is completely useless.
So this guy's evil.
Yes. He's clearly evil.
His name is Evil.
He is
It's
evil.
literally his name.
Yeah,
He also has
great.
the best laugh ever. I'm gonna just shut up and we can listen to it.
That's
So good.
priceless.
Also, some points in the game you can actually get to lair,
Oh god.
and it's just wonderful. I think there's only 2 opportunities you can do that. One in Grand Battle and one in 80%, I think.
So Evil's not actually evil. He's just kind of a jerk who runs his own bounty hunting company, and he's probably our second favorite character of the game. Hence the team names are Team Ernest and Team Evil, which I actually think is kind of I'm actually kind of proud of that name scheme because both of those are also adjectives that are antonyms.
Yeah. Also, Ernest has the best chair.
Yes.
Hands down.
I was about to say, where can I get one of those?
It's phenomenal.
IKEA. Here imports are IKEA.
Yeah. So he kind of just skedaddles on out as soon as we mention the fact that he wasn't doing anything about the guy who was wanted. He was sitting in a corner writing poetry, talking to himself, drinking coffee.
Yeah, so this game was censored when it came over from Japan, and he is doing poetry at a cafe, drinking coffee. In the Japanese version, he was drinking at daytime and drunk and couldn't do anything.
I still like this one better.
I do
to be
too, because
honest.
it's just so stupid. But like, it's just the right level of stupid. And did you get Metal Ape?
Not
He
yet.
gets it later.
Diamonds. Go to Diamonds.
Nice job.
Oh, diamonds. Right.
This
Yeah,
is why
so-
we need notes.
Yeah, so
No, it isn't.
this game realizes it kind of wants to tell a story. So we go to the nearby Chinese restaurant and find a dead guy. This guy was killed by... We find out an autonomous robo, which is a robo that functions effectively on its own, which is very rare in this world because most autonomous robots are just simple things like dishwashers and like factory stuff. Also, Marcia can just look into a person's cube to see like their last thoughts.
I do know the lore behind it, and I
It's
can't.
it's like a special ability she gets, but the problem is it makes her emotionally sensitive.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Well,
Don't
Anime.
worry about
See,
it.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Come later in the game when the exposition dump happens, I can explain where she gets her powers, or I can explain it now, whichever.
They were born with it, something like
Nope,
that.
nope, she's not born with it.
Maybe she's born with it.
Oh,
Maybe.
we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll explain it
Grab
later.
Metal Ape.
I am.
Okay.
Let me know what I
He's
can
not
chime
me.
in with
Yeah.
donations at any time, guys.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
We're gonna have a walk here to the next place to go. They're gonna pick up parts. We're gonna just go ahead.
Yeah, because I got a few here. Because I meant to say this before we started, but I got too excited by starting. We got $1 from Shauny saying, "Don't need to get GhostKing Senpai to notice me."
You have been noticed.
Donation
beat
goes
must
to Ghost
live.
King's choice unless he beats me in this race. We also have $25 from mtoms127 saying, "Had to wake early to watch my favorite GameCube game. Good luck to Ghost King and Drac. Don't let Shauny beat you too bad. I'm just glad it's not me racing him for once."
Actually, yeah, that's M-Toms is one of our newest runners, and he's ripping up the leaderboards, actually.
Yeah, his best console time is like 7 seconds ahead of my PB, and I've run this game off and on for 2 years.
Yeah, he's really, really good at it. And it's, like, he's a great guy, too, so.
And also to follow up on this, we had $20 from Delphi saying, I think you're forgetting the most important pronunciation of Marcia. It's
said both.
Markea.
Oh,
To whoever is in the lead, as so long as it's not Shauny.
Should we explain why there's so much Shauny hate?
he has a record by a fairly substantial amount.
He still doesn't have sub 2.
I'm trying. Okay, yeah, so
Record is 2 hours and 15 seconds.
yeah. I've been trying to push this time down as much as possible. I've been trying to find new things, like the cube launcher works and all this other stuff, and I can't keep a run consistent enough to have the sub 2 time. So it's just when sub 2 is the meme of the group right now. So
You've had a lot of runs that are on sub 2 pace going to like day 10 or day 11.
it's actually backwards now. It's normally just the beginning of the game is which is problematic, and then the end of the game I'm fine.
Harry, he had 24 HP. Why couldn't you finish him?
Because he's hairy. He's not going to shoot.
So the deal here is we've been invited by our boss's friend who owns the coffee shop / bar to participate in an illegal gambling ring that they run back here. And the boss is friends with the guy, so he doesn't care about, this might be kind of shady, but whatever. And the guy is reporting a request of some guy came in here and is utterly just destroying the leaderboards. By the way, that guy off the side there has a unique portrait, and you don't see anything of him in the story.
Not even Grand Battle. He
This
doesn't come
game
back.
just loves breaking those old tropes, like the old Chekhov's gun of if it's there, it must be important. It's actually not.
No. Also, the guy in blue hair, he has his arms folded, but just the way it looks, he doesn't look like he actually has any arms there.
They're probably clipping into his body.
That actually happens a lot with the character models in this game.
Yes. We need to effectively take out the guy who's been winning all the tournaments because he's costing a bunch of money because nobody wants to bet because they just know he's
going to win.
He's going to win. Even though he's not very good.
Do you think
when
Ernest
you
gets
play
a cut
against
of this?
I mean, he gets paid. Like, I assume this is a paid mission, unless he's just doing a favor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is a javelin. Javelins are a kind of robo model called Strike Vanishers, and they actually more or less disappear in the air and teleport.
Nice fight, dude.
Hey, you took my advice. Please do that, Wells. Well.
So fun fact, way back in the day, like 2 years ago, Javelin was the main bot that we used.
Yeah, Javelin being the one that our opponent uses, we get after this fight.
And then we discovered how powerful
Really
Metal
clean.
Ape actually was.
Yeah, those were both really clean javelin fights.
Yeah,
'Cause
those
he
are
has
great.
a huge chance of getting away from you and just messing with you.
The husband's here to win a bunch of money because he says he doesn't make enough and he needs money to feed his family. He's just kind of sensitive about being bald and wants to get a toupee.
Also, his mouth is always open on his character model. It never closes. And
It's like
I love it.
It's like Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII PC.
So here are ice physics.
Yeah.
Yeah. On this arena, there's ice physics, and they're as bad as you think.
Yeah. And
Just-
Metal Ape is a very slow robo as well. I was lucky for him to dash towards you like that.
So to explain really the parts, Metal Ape doesn't have a good charge, so we're going to focus mainly on using the three-way gun and trying to get as close and personal as possible. Although Metal Ape is bulky, unlike typical bulky type characters, he does have pretty decent mobility. He has one mid-air dash, but that dash is pretty long, and we extend that length of that with the long thrust legs, which we picked up on day 5. Or I'm sorry, you pick it up on day 2, you pick up Metal Ape on day 5.
They're both still really close,
Yeah.
too. This is normally where the deviation from races would normally happen, too. Because Javelin, was it Dowerhead?
Yeah, that's Dowerhead.
Yeah, he has a great Japanese name for the record, too.
It's Pleasure. I think it's like Pleasure Head.
Yeah.
I always call him Pleasure Face.
Yeah,
It
I
just
know, yeah.
looks so dumb.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he is known as Pleasurehead.
Dower is the opposite of Pleasure.
Well, it's
Pleasure.
also walled, so
Yeah, true.
yeah.
So Harry refight, we have a much bulkier model, so we don't get knocked down with a single Gatling gun.
Unfortunately, he does have a bomb that can. I think it instant downs you, or is that?
I think that's insta-down,
Yeah.
Yeah, so the big advantage to Metal Ape is its defensive capabilities.
Yeah. Which
Now,
is the main
you
reason
wouldn't,
we
you
use
wouldn't
it.
think defense over offense would be important, but in a game like this where getting knocked down wastes 3 to 4 seconds, and it happens a lot, minimizing that as much as possible benefits you pretty much a lot in the long term, especially because of the 2v2 fights that happen in certain parts of the game.
It also allows us to do some strategies where we take damage intentionally in order to fire back while the opponent is still recovering.
Yeah, because like before with the Rayo 1, the Gatling gun would down you instantly. In the instance of Metal Ape, if you just have the Gatling gun hitting you, you're actually fine. And this is a fight which will end runs that Drac is coming up on.
Yeah, so this guy's name is Shiner. He has a weird costume for a reason.
He's probably a main character.
Yeah. And he has this model that just flies around the arena called a Lightning Sky model. Has one midair dash and flies a lot. So we're going to want to take him down and try and keep up with him. The main strat here is to just make sure as soon as you can get him on Rebirth that you're close up to him.
He bombed himself there.
And just, able to unleash the hurt. He also has a flame gun, which just staggers you and does decent damage and is obnoxious.
But he does get down really easy, which is kind of a blessing and a curse, because if he gets away from you, it's easy to get your advantage back. But at the same time, you can't stun him with the standard S.
Yeah,
so
he'll get knocked
chasing him
down instantly.
Is a little bit more difficult.
But oddly enough, the Speed Pod D doesn't actually down him.
Really?
Yeah, for whatever reason, that doesn't, because I don't know if it's just the mechanic of it or anything, but yeah, this is a guy who will end a lot of people's PB attempts, because if he, this is both really clean fights actually against Shiner there too.
Yes.
Are you ready, Ghost?
Because
Sure.
Going on day 6 now.
Yeah, so he has a uniform with the logo of a thing called the Z Syndicate, which is supposed to be important. We'll find out a lot more about them later. Also, blue-haired man, bumps into blue-haired girl. There's nothing behind this at all. No anime
Don't look
plot.
into it at all.
My God, this is close. Alrighty, so I'm going to be taking over for Drac. I did it a little too early.
Yeah, normally there's a wake-up scene that I don't think there's actually a phone call or anything on day 6. I think you just wake up. Oh no, there's still text boxes there. So
Yeah, day 9 is the first day you wake up naturally.
that's right. As opposed to waking up unnaturally. Thank you. Now it's my turn, and GhostKing.
Yeah, so now that we've just finished doing an illegal tournament,
It's long thrust legs.
we're going to head off and find out that the boss wants us to go to participate in a tournament at the local training hall.
If only I had my notes to figure out where I should go.
4 tournaments in just the story mode of this game alone. It's like, what is this, like a 90s shonen anime?
Yeah. There's a lot of tournaments in this game because I don't think they really had much material. I was going to go on this side, so
Well, one of you is playing somebody named literally anime.
Yeah, so I'm going to enter in
But that's because we're evil.
I'm going to enter in a scene where I have to talk to everyone. The boss is just sending us here for exposure, which is, an artist's greatest resource.
yeah. Oh, so we're technically anime. You're a Poke Hero.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. I forgot
So
about
technically
Yeah.
guys are still evil.
You got
I
time
mean,
for
yeah.
donations. Take it away before Shauny has to speak more.
Okay.
All right, I'll fire off a couple here. We got $100 from Anonymous. Thank you very much. We also got $10 from Tiny Tim 78 saying, had to donate for my man GhostKing and the amazing custom Robo. Best of luck to all the runners and here's to Ghost DRD winning the race. Cheers. I don't know what DRD is, but okay.
DarkRoastDracula.
Oh, right. We also have a $10 donation from Anonymous saying, just got home from work and staying up to watch this run, and I'm going to donate $10 for every death on Rahu 3. Money goes to Shauny's choice.
To my choice. I actually have support? Wow.
That's
It's
unfortunate.
a really good thing that didn't go down to Stinger's choice.
Yeah.
So this arena is one of the worst in the game. There's a little train that rides around going choo-choo, and it gets really in the way of everything. Thankfully, he's playing what is called a funky big head model, which are bulky and don't have a lot of mobility, like even less than the metal animal characters. And he has a very long downtime, so we're just able to unleash a huge amount of hurt on him.
Also, a fun thing about this stage is it's very possible to clip through that bridge. From
Very
the top.
clean.
I love fighting Steelhead. He's great.
Yeah, Steelhead's so easy.
Yeah, I know.
This is the part where I get behind because Shauny's spent a little bit too much time at this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never response to that.
Yeah, so this guy's restaurant closed down, so he's trying to find the money to, make ends meet, even though this is a free tournament.
Also, the intro screens into the battle, they progress by pushing A and start, but there's a weird timing to them as well where, I don't know, it's like I've missed them a couple times. I don't know if you've ever had that case, but... Oh, hi, drill gun. Thanks.
I mashed through both.
So with this guy, he downs in one bullet, so if you jump with him and shoot him out of the air, you can just drag him towards you and keep downing him. That's really great, because, yeah, there you go. I absolutely love fighting him as well now. He's one of the most consistent
This
battles.
fight, one thing goes wrong in 15 seconds is just gone.
Yeah, well, every fight's like that, though. Like, every fight can just turn on a dime, basically.
Oh my
Every
god,
fight is a
die.
run killer.
Yeah. And now we're coming up to Mary, and she has freeze pods.
Yeah, so Harry just suggests, hey, why don't you do a cooking contest instead? That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of it?
Yeah.
Every NPC in this game is dumb to some extent. Mary is here, and she actually got this far in the bracket because she's just been flirting with all the guys and saying, hey, I'll go on a date with you, throw your match. And she tries to tempt you, and your main character actually gets kind of tempted. It's pretty funny.
Did anyone pick up the freeze pods for the 1v1 tournament?
I picked up Sky Freeze.
Yeah, every freeze pod and bomb got taken.
Good. I expect nothing less.
Yeah, we're all, there's a freeze pod there for you.
They are the least fun to fight against.
Which is
Which
why
is
we all
why
picked
both
them.
of them got picked. And you can guess who took them.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I made up some time on Shauny for once.
For once.
So one thing I got a perfect fight too.
No, I
one
didn't.
thing I haven't really touched on that's kind of vital tech to this run is Metal Ape's height is perfect for the three-way gun to guarantee getting all those shots on a lot of in a lot of situations. On top of that, you actually want to jump when you shoot. So although it doesn't look like I'm shooting off the ground, I'm pressing A and B at the exact same time. So the game thinks that Metal Ape is in the air when he shoots. If you're on the ground, your three-way shots are going to knock the enemy away from you. If you're considered in mid-air, your shots are going to knock them upwards and slightly towards you.
Yeah.
Which obviously we want to be able to combo as much as we can. So
Oh, I knocked
that's
him way too far. I messed up actually the aerial shot there.
Yeah, the game has different functionalities for almost every weapon in the game, as far as the difference in when you attack while you're in the air versus on the ground. So
Chase
there's a
down
lot of
evil
different
there.
strategies you can do with that.
okay.
There are some weapons in this game that are pretty much only useful if you use them in the air.
And then there's stun gun.
And then there's stun gun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't talk about that.
No.
So we decided to set some limits on the parts for the 1v1 tournament. Stun gun is not strictly overpowered, but it's
broken.
boring and broken.
Rizzo likes it.
Yeah, it's used a lot in the all
Grand
parts
Battle.
and Grand Battles runs. Also, Marcia here is probably
Hey, you said it right.
pretty decently hard to fight. I mean, I have a lot of habits that I've tried to break, and I don't always do super well.
It's one of those fights that if you don't get the advantage early on, it's kind of difficult to come back from because she's able to zone you out pretty well.
She also is pretty mobile, has better than average AI, which is appropriate, I think, for given the character is meant to be kind of portrayed as a decently competent robo-battler, you'd think. And her bullets, she shoots this gun that kind of spreads after a delay. If it hits you with all of them, it can down you even as Metal Ape
That was a really clean
in
fight
a
for
single
me.
shot. Johnny, stop getting clean fights.
No. I had to defend my honor.
What honor?
True.
You run Mousetrap Hotel.
Oh, God. I didn't think you were going to mention that.
That's a video game?
Yes, I brought with me.
It's a video game, all right.
It's something you can
That's-
play.
That's putting it generously.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
God,
So day
finish
7 go
this.
to lab. Yeah, that's actually the difference between how bad Marcia can go as well. Like if she gets away from you once, it's horrible because she's so much in the air. It's really hard to drag her down.
I was too busy being distracted by Mousetrap.
I'm happy you got
I
mentioned.
have
I
played
wasn't gonna
that
mention
game
it.
all of 5 minutes. No.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunately a game.
So picking the bottom option there is actually fastest.
Yep. It prevents an animation and
Saves about 5 seconds.
also going to steal hearts via the left side versus the right side saves about 0.3 seconds, and the amount of time we have to go up that path does actually make a difference. There's a lot of weird time saves in this game, and yeah, we're gonna see the next best character again, because we have the return of the most beloved character, other than Ernest.
Yeah. So day 7's whole story is Linda was called us to the lab, and our boss, having a big crush on her, decides to agree. And she wants us to sort of stake out the place because strange figures have been seen at night around the lab. And the police are, the police in this game are not particularly competent. So she actually enlists the help of 2 bounty hunting companies, ours and Evil's. I think it's Blue. What's Evil's bounty hunting company? It's like Blue something. Deep Blue.
Also, now is a really good time for donations because we have to talk to a lot of people throughout the course of the lab.
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't have any new donations come in. I would like to take this time to say that we are here at RPG Limit Break, situated in a nice, comfy little place situated in Salt Lake City. It's a pretty cool marathon. You might have heard of it. But just to clue you in, we are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Fantastic charity. They help various people with well, I can't talk this morning, can I?
It's cool. We all need a bit of coffee right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the main thing you should know is that they're a fantastic charity and that they have helped people with anxiety disorders, major depression. They've done a lot of great work. So if you can throw any donations toward my way, it gives me something to read, and it's always for a great cause.
So I show off chocolate bar briefly. There's a chocolate bar beneath the bottom right chair where GhostKing was in.
And if you come here later, when, spoiler warning, burglars robbed this place, after that, one of the lab people talks about, hey, why is my chocolate bar gone?
And then the other guy says that, they broke in to steal my chocolate bar. And again, okay, I can't tell you how good the text is without you obviously seeing it, because we're obviously zipping through it quite quickly. We're trying to, at least. But every single bench in here before the break-in happens has unique text. Every single person has a quip or whatever. It's all legitimately well written. And
for anime.
Well, I guess anime. Yeah.
It's not anime.
Well,
it
anime
actually
on this
has
side.
decent writing. Oh, I said that.
Yeah. What's it gonna feel like if you lose to anime?
I don't know. I mean, like 4 hours ago, I was reading Japanese for Yoshi, so I'm not one to talk.
All right, this is a glaive. Glaive is like javelin. He's a strike vanisher. There's gonna be 2 of them in this stage. There's gonna be 1 splendor, and then I can't remember the last one for. But they're all gonna do strike vanishing stuff, and there's gonna be the wonderful fight of a shotgun.
Yeah, the last one has a shotgun today, and that's the most frustrating fight.
For some reason, it always seems like the shotgun has way more range when your opponent is using it than when you do.
Nice, perfect.
Nice.
That was so good. Hopefully I can do it against shotgun guy as well.
It's not just shotgun guy; it's shotgun guy with ice physics.
Oh yeah, it's a special.
Oh my God, this you got off to a pretty fast start.
Oh, so there's only 4 battles this day, so this day actually goes by relatively quickly, and then I'm gonna have 2 battles on the next day, and then it's back to Stinger playing. Mm-hmm. So you better.
So there's gonna be a bit of a slightly uneven division for a reason.
Yeah, because day 11 and 12, actually just day 12, truthfully.
Day 12 is a quarter of the run in and of itself.
We split up the battles, I believe, 31 to 33.
Something like that, yeah. I forget which runner's going to get more battles.
I think you have 33, I think. And then if we miss bathroom skip...
Let's be real, the final boss is the equivalent of 10 robo battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into the end boss probably before we actually fight the end boss as well, because it's...
kind of notorious.
Yeah. It's never free. No matter how many times you run this game, you will hate it, especially in low percent. I think Drac will confirm that too.
Yep.
What's your record for losses against the end
I
boss?
don't. I'm pretty sure I've lost half an hour on that fight alone.
Even though battles take 2 minutes or something. Or
I'm pretty sure Fire's had it even worse than that.
my worst was I think 14 or 15 losses. I just called the run basically at that point and just started again. It wasn't worth it anymore.
Except for the one time I tried to do it with oil can parts and I got it on my 3rd try.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah, so there being a lot of parts in this game, we have a lot of sort of little arbitrary categories. And there's a joke robo called Oil Can, which for whatever reason Shauny decided to draft one of the parts for. Although it isn't a terrible part.
So the oil can body gets down in 1 hit, has really low defense. The gun does really low damage. The bomb or the pods don't hit unless you walk into him.
I need to talk to the couch.
Yep. All right. That was a really, really clean shotgun fight for me. Like, that fight can go so wrong so quick. But Standard Bomb S is really, really, really useful. Should I show Runaway?
Sure.
I thought Negotiate was the one that was
Yes, you should,
theoretically
Shauny.
faster.
Yeah, I'll show Runaway. You guys can show the normal one.
Excuse me, is this character's name just Woman?
Yes.
Yes.
For now.
They don't know her name yet. That's why they call her just Woman.
Yeah. So
They
basically,
do that to Carmen as well.
yeah,
the mother.
for the first 9 days. Yeah, so I just showed off the Runaway one. Basically, the top 2 answers are obviously much quicker, but there's a joke one where you just leave Marcia after she's been defeated. And yeah, it's something you can do. It has no placement on the story, but just
Again,
wanted to show it off.
there are snark answers
Yeah.
to almost everything.
I just love how he actually tries to run away too.
Not even like a dialogue box that says, no, I can't do that. He actually runs
Yeah,
away.
he just bolts.
But then he does come back and says, I can't leave them. As this woman's sort of orchestrating the raid on the lab.
There's technically 3 characters named Woman in the game too. We like to make a small joke that they're all related, despite only 2 being related.
Yeah, kind of like how we joked about several characters who are clearly have nothing to do with each other being related because they all have blue hair.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Don't be so rash.
This game is so anime, it turned itself around and became not anime.
This is the meta.
Go home. There we go.
Now time for the 3rd hardest fight in the game.
Sergey?
Rahu.
I was not difficult.
I agree with Shauny on Sergey.
Sergey's way worse.
Rahu was relatively easy compared to the refight, but
Oh my god, my bomb didn't
Oh
go
wow!
off.
I left the room without
lost
actually
like 3
looking at the
seconds.
screen.
That's what I hate about running this game with analog triggers,
So
especially when you use bombs a lot.
yeah, I'm going to Bogey's Cafe because Ernest called me and said there's something up there. He sent Harry and Marcia.
Apparently, an
And
autonomous robo is ruining everything. Where have we heard that one before?
Anime Marcia, go check it out. Aren't they the same thing? Oh yeah, this is also great too. You can't hear anything, and then it's gonna have another screen transition, and you're not gonna be able to hear anything. And then Rahu's gonna be shooting his gun. Like apparently now there's noise, and also there's liquor bottles on the ground because they didn't censor those in the cafe. So Rahu's just drunk right now, I think.
Who knows? Maybe it could be coffee liqueur.
If you stand in front of him, by the way, he doesn't
Yeah.
actually hit you.
I meant to show that off, but I instinctively.
So our allies are, again, being the idiots that they are, tell us we should fight him 1v1, even though this robot literally killed a man.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful support from Harry.
And the reason is, well, some like you can't create an arena of your own, but Harry and Marcia can. So we want to see what its arena is like. It's actually that important, apparently.
I guess.
But they'll back us up.
Yeah, they'll back us up if we die.
Yeah.
So.
Nice charge cancels.
I'm very used to fighting Rahu right now.
You practicing before your run.
No, I made you a day 6 save for some reason.
That's right, I forgot about
That was my practice. I didn't actually practice any of my days coming here.
I also noticed the little hitbox, like
Yeah, don't
the
do
hitbox for talking to people in this game is ginormous.
Yo,
You'll be
it's horrible.
standing next to somebody and talking to the person further away from you.
Now watch me fail this fight horribly because I really do hate Sergey.
Yeah, so these guys look really, really evil.
Well, blue hair doesn't make evil, but I guess.
I mean, they're
It's
typical
anime
anime
evil.
villains.
Yeah.
He has one eye showing, and unless you're Kakashi, I'm pretty sure that means you're evil.
They both have one eye showing, actually.
Ah, see, there you go.
So they're
Did
double
you
evil.
have to reference Naruto? I thought we agreed not to on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't part of that. I was going to bring up the Naruto all the way. So on the custom Robo wiki, I believe it's been edited out since then, but it used to have that Oboro, the man, not the man that they're fighting now, but they will. He's the leader of the Z Syndicate, is an obvious reference to Jiraiya from Naruto in the way he dresses and because of his white hair.
What is this comparison?
I don't know. Someone edited it and they thought it was good or something.
We all just like saw this in the Discord and laughed.
Yeah.
I just want to know how long that was there for.
I'm
So
just
you're
disappointed
ready to
in
go?
all of you.
The answer is too long.
Yeah.
You're correct.
That was day 8. Sergey went actually really well. Nobody tried to keep him beneath the walls because he's a Skyflyer model as well.
An illegal Skyflyer model.
Yeah. I should choose Wander Home just to spite you.
Have we talked about illegal parts yet?
Not really.
We'll get into it. We can get into it now.
They're in a nutshell, they're overpowered parts. They're also mechanically a little different in some fights.
Alright, and here's an exchange off.
Yep. This
Nice.
is your last section. Unfortunately for Stinger, this is actually a really, really long section because mine was very short. Mine was only, I think, 9 battles in total or something, roughly. And Stinger now has to do
Days 9
13?
and 10.
13,
which
14?
is-
and one of the toughest battles in the game as well added into there.
We also get the joys of the doubles battle tournament.
Yes, and that's where we
Oh,
learn to
boy.
hate Harry.
All right.
The true antagonist of the game.
There's your cable.
I got it.
Okay. We're all prepared.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, we're still relatively close though, too.
Yeah, so we got to head off to the police headquarters on day 9 to do another tournament. This time it's doubles tournament, and there's a lot of talking to people. So go ahead and fire off any donations or any plugs or anything like that.
Yep.
I got a couple donations I can read off here. I got $5 from RPD234 saying, I haven't seen a Robo RPG this good since PJ played Robo Trek back in 2016. That was a game, wasn't it? This game, does this game have any weapons as powerful as the surprise horn from that game?
Whatever you, I'm actually not aware of that, but I'm thinking this game probably does because it has this thing called Crystal Strike.
There's Stun Gun.
Stun gun's pretty broken.
Stun gun's broken, but it's not shoot your enemy to the literal ceiling of the arena broken.
No, yes, that's Crystal Strike.
It's not you can stand in one spot and mash B broken.
Yeah. Actually, the end boss is hilarious if you first him on New Game Plus. It's just easier to switch to the Crystal Strike gun, and if he flies into the swarm of bullets, despite him having ridiculous stats and everything, he'll just die. It's great.
Go ahead and fire off some more donations.
Yeah, we
Cutscenes.
also got $5 from Doc Panda saying, as a veteran with combat-related PTSD, I appreciate you guys raising awareness for mental health. Thanks for all you do.
Glad to be here.
That's all I got for now. Thank you for those donations, people. I would love to read some more. Keep it up.
Also, on Drax's side, you can see them walking on the world map. On day 2, when you're going to the park, is the only time they really run on the world map. And the rest of the time, it's just casual
slow
walking.
auto scroller.
Yeah.
That is
Also-
sort of protect.
Swerve and protect.
Yep.
Shoutouts to my boy Dante. The story behind that was I was doing a run and he was over at my house. And he looks up from his phone and he sees the sign and he thinks it says swerve and protect rather than serve and protect. And he starts dying. Like,
Just laughing.
starts like rolling on the floor next to me.
I was there for that stream too. I was like, what on earth did I miss?
Not that much.
Oh, so this shows how useful Harry is. Harry has hit Stinger more times than he actually probably has hit the other Robos with bombs and pods. And he's only getting in the way of Stinger's combos.
Yeah.
And this is basically your entire day right now. And
But-
this is horrible.
The day might be easier if you did it all 1v2.
Honestly, yeah, I agree with that. But you get versus Steelhead. That's always fun. Guys,
And you get
what's
to-
your split name for that one?
Beating up children.
Yes.
I have a lot of dumb split names for
Yeah.
this game.
I split by a day, but I think you and a couple other runners split per battle.
So we basically have shown no mercy to these kids and their tournament dreams by just wrecking them at the first round of the bracket. I think they in the game they say that they do Swiss. Unfortunately, you cannot like lose fights ever. Like even fights where it would be okay in the story, like the final fight against Marcia in day 6 of the tournament. It's like your company would still win. So why do we have to win this fight? You have to go undefeated in the entire story.
Yeah, and which is really annoying. And also in double battles, if you die and your partner's perfectly healthy, you lose. So even if they have 1,000 health and your opponent only has 3 health and they manage to take you out, congrats, you have to do the battle again.
That's honestly probably faster than waiting for your opponent or for your
To do the
teammate.
3 health?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it's Roy. Still my least favorite partner. I know other people share different opinions behind me.
Also, Harry just knocked us both down.
Yeah.
That's impressive even for him.
You know, it's like you can just see all he does is
Classic Harry.
just volley bombs across the entire arena, and there's just no good reason to have Harry as a partner. You know, other than I guess he has to be there.
Also, we got Team Love here again.
Yep.
They made up their differences, and now they're buddies.
Yeah, so they found out that they had a lot in common, which is they like to beat each other up.
That's actually not
That's-
far off the truth.
Yeah, at the end of the fight here, they say, "Oh no, we lost. We quit. Our friendship power is not strong enough. We need to rekindle it. Yeah, let's go back to the park and beat each other up again."
Yeah.
And Harry just says, "What is wrong with these guys?" Oh, yeah, we didn't mention Boy A through D up at
the top tournament. Yeah, there's so a lot of the NPC characters are reused models and stuff like that throughout the entire game. There's a girl model and there's a boy model, and there's a kind of a generic gambler model and a couple other ones which are all kind of reused. But the writers and the localization team had a lot of fun because in the top left-hand corner there's 4 NPC boys.
It's just there to fill out the bracket.
Yeah,
basically.
but the thing is, if you keep talking to them throughout the entire tournament, they actually don't know who they're versing anymore, or who their partner is by the end of it. And it's really quite sad because they know they're there just to fill out the ranks in the tournament.
You just say, "We're here to fill out the ranks." They didn't even give us a name.
Yeah, we're just nameless characters. That's a really clean fight.
It was okay. I mean, Harry did it perfect.
Yeah, exactly. It just proves how much he gets into the fray there.
The best part too is one of them has to win that round. So when you get to the final 8, they're facing off against I think Evil's team, and they're like, "I can't believe we made it out of groups."
Yeah. There's also, I think, in the storyline as well, there is a singles tournament going on at the same time at the test hall or whatever, or no test hall or the.
And nobody went to it. You can't even do it in the speedrun.
No, it'd be wonderful if they have an alternative thing and leave Harry and Marcia to do the doubles tournament, because single battles are much faster overall than.
This game
doubles.
is very strict on the way you play it, which we would love if it opened up just a little bit.
Speaking of, there's no glitches. We have one technically a clip, but I don't really think anyone really considers it a clip.
You're the only one who brings it up because you want there to be a glitch. That's fine. That's fair.
But yeah, there's nothing in this game other than just you have to play really well to do a proper speed run.
That's, I think, kind of half of what gives it its appeal to us is the fact that you do need to be good at the game mechanically in order to get a good time.
And I absolutely love this. Like, this is my favorite speed run because everything is random in the battles. You can never control anything, but everything is set.
Yeah.
So it's based on how well you react and all sorts of things.
Yeah, so no 2 runs of this game are ever quite the same. And this leads to a lot of, little horror stories we have to share, but also just a lot of just fun moments.
That always like that.
They were double teaming me almost the entire time with heavy stun moves.
Likewise, 122.
Yeah. I had to start playing a little more careful at the end.
Yeah, because the worst part is you have to play really aggressive, but if that ends up backfiring and you have to play safe, it's faster to not die and have a slow fight than it is to die and have to restart the fight.
Yeah. And there's also, like,
Also, I love Robo Battles.
oh yes, I love Robo Battles.
We'll pause on that screen
Mm.
for just a moment.
You got it last time, just mashing just stopped and perfectly got it. That's
Oh no, I was checking each
oh,
text
okay.
box.
I didn't say I was drinking tea at the time. So this tournament, it's been put on because with the Raku threat that was from the previous day, the police tournament decided, hey, we should probably see who's really good battlers, essentially. And they want to see how well trained the people are at this place. So they decided to hold a doubles tournament and a singles tournament to see that. And I don't think it's exactly what they were planning overall, but it is, that's the storyline of the game right now for this day. It's basically a Goodwill Police tournament, I believe they call it, right? So, and there's Harry shooting Stinger repeatedly in the back there.
I thought you were going to say Drac. It's like not much has come from Harry on this end either.
Yeah. As you can see, Harry's just sitting over there by himself. Like he even stunned you one last time before the end of the battle.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah. He is the worst because he tends to use bombs and pods, which actually either throw you up in the air, stun you, or just automatically down you.
They can.
His only option that are friendly fire.
Yeah, exactly. And if he shoots with a gun, it's not going to hurt you because guns don't do damage to allies, but the bombs and pods do. And thankfully, charges don't, or I think that'd be a problem as well in some cases.
It'd be easier for us to take him out.
Honestly, I would love to do some battles. Actually, there actually are a couple opportunities where he's had like 20 HP left, and I purposely aimed the bomb at him just to make myself feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
But-
forgot about it.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
sorry,
trying to convince everybody that they love Robo Battles as well, and it's
Basically, we're talking, shady back of the gambling ring things. Is the whole reason Bogey is even here is to try and recruit people for that, because it gets more money to his coffee shop. And we're all whispering because we know it's illegal, and we're at a police department. So Harry says, "Wait, we're whispering here. They're gonna think we're doing something suspicious. Quick, say something." Say something not suspicious. And then the first thing the waiter says is, "I love Robo Battles."
loud as possible in the room.
And I think it was Pokehero, actually, who was the first person to continue to quote that. And that's just sort of become our little
Battle cry?
slogan. our battle cry.
Hey, Harry actually finished them
oh,
off.
here's the stun gun that we were not
oh,
mentioning.
yeah.
Thankfully, I think this is the only fight in New Journey with it. And
That you have to fight. There's actually one other one, which is horrendous. It's a metal bear with the stun gun. And it's
no.
just the worst.
No, thank you.
Thankfully, not every fight in this game is scripted. There is one part that opens up at the very end of the game.
Yeah, and oh, yeah.
So Harry, being an insensitive jerk, realizing that Marcia is clearly upset, decides I'm gonna bow out of the tournament and have her take my place. Like, hey ref, I have a stomach ache. Can she join me?
Which
Sure, that's perfectly fine.
Invalidates the
you know-
entire tournament.
Like any TO would ever allow this.
Well,
I mean, maybe
she's
it's
probably related to
teams with
Marcia.
a backup. I don't know.
I think would that work if I did it right now? If I substitute Rizzo in? You want to run?
No, he doesn't.
No. Yeah, Evo unfortunately has bombs which can auto down you, and he likes to use them quite often. But this is the only single battle during the day. After this is going to be the final battle for day 9, and then it'll start day 10, which is, I think, equally as long for the amount of battles. About.
Pretty sure there's 6 for day 10.
Yeah. Yes, there is. Because no, 7.
Oh, 7 counting
Yeah.
refight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
the hardest fight in the game, not named Rock 3.
Yeah.
Got hit by a few bombs there, but
Clean match overall, though. You still did damage when you needed to do damage.
That's one of my favorite fights in the game, is the evil refight, because his AI can sometimes just be dumb, and easy kills are pretty common.
Yeah. So the tournament's coming into a close, and look, surprise, it's Linda and Ernest as our final fight. And here, they're going to have a little thing, and Harry's going to actually swear at Marcia to make her feel better, because that's what you do when someone's feeling, you know.
Harry is kind of a hard character to redeem.
He's just not right.
It does enough to get her to kind of snap out of it and decide she's okay.
Oh, so best Ernest face there on fade out, basically. But yeah, so this is bees.
Beesbees.com.
Bees.com.
Beesbeesbees.com.
Yeah.
I might have to link
Despite
that
the
in
fact that
chat.
these are hornets.
Yes. But
They're bees.
So
They're
Linda,
bees.
who's yellow, she has a hornet gun. It shoots 5, and if all 5 hit you, you get downed, like this happened there.
So,
and
yeah, so quotes from the Wicker Man are pretty common.
yeah.
Like,
So, but yeah, she's super annoying. She's normally the first to go out. I think she's considered a Lightning Sky model too.
yes.
So she downs pretty easily, but unfortunately she has a little bit more defense than normal, so you can't just hit her with like one bullet like Shiner or something like that. And yeah, she'll get across the entire map if you let her like that. And yeah, this is a horrible battle you can lose a lot of time in for no reason. And then Ernest is pretty dumb actually. He has a sniper gun, acrobatic bomb, and he really doesn't pay attention to you. He normally likes targeting Marcia here.
Just a bit more. There we go.
He's
Thankfully, he's
finishing with a
dumb.
Mm-hmm. Don't
Dude,
even
it
pay
sucks.
attention to the metal ape right on top of you.
bomb. Yeah. Which is sometimes just great if Linda does
Like
that
that
as well.
simultaneous victory pose
Yeah.
they did.
One of the other metal grappler characters, the Metal Ox, if you happen to get them at the right angle, you can actually stand on top of them.
Oh, it's so good. Because, okay, so there's some animation canceling in this game. If you jump and land, you normally have a little, like landing animation. But if you shoot before landing, it will cancel out, and actually you can do another gunshot. There's a lot of weird tech that can be contributed to that and help for that. And basically, if you land on top of the robo and it actually makes you stand on him, it just keeps canceling out that animation, and you can just wreck the Metal Ox. It feels so good. And now we're invited to dinner because anime. We're not going to learn about backstory, about this watch that our dad left us, who was named Father at the beginning of the game. They can't get that consistent. And I think later in the game, it's again Father, not Dad. So it's an incredibly short dinner. We're already leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And they have pizza and juice, despite everything being non-organic here. So
Yeah, so everything in this world is synthetic.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
and we're getting to that answer actually soon.
We'll get into
actually.
that at the 2-minute text wall of death.
Well, actually, no, it's before that, actually, when we exit and stuff like
That's
that.
true.
The
That
11.
does get mentioned there.
How does one sleep comfortable in a bed like that?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. And that's why he gets up and immediately walks to the closet to get changed.
That's why the wake-up music every morning is so sad.
Oh, so there's nothing organic, but Lucy has a broom.
So she's basically sweeping metal.
It was sweeping metal with metal. And that must wake up the hero every morning.
When Lucy doesn't come in and do it herself.
Yes.
Yeah. He finally starts waking up by himself by day 9.
Yeah, so they need to head back to the police department.
Actually, I don't think we've actually really explained the text boxes and the noises it makes, or had actually a chance to show it. Can you just show like one text box just scrolling just briefly?
Sure.
Because it does get really annoying, but when you're mashing through this game, actually it feels good because you don't hear that stupid noise, but here it is. So you can keep mashing now. So.
So you can
Don't lose that
set
lead.
you can set text speed in this game, but it doesn't matter actually. It's just how fast it scrolls. But any input on A or B will cause it to fully max out the text box, and then the next button press will advance it.
Speaking of text
And-
boxes, how many are there?
Shauny, you know the answer. It's like 4,171.
72. So close.
Do I need to hit you?
Probably
Save it for the tournament.
So something about this scene in particular
You won't
is
need
it
to.
has one of the
Oh.
best
Face
Easter
you.
eggs in this game that nobody knows about. There's a scene where they ask the hero if they can borrow his watch. You know, as we said at the beginning of the game, the watch is not important at all to the plot. But if you do, I think it's 10 correct answers, you'll actually give them the watch. And later on,
No, it's 3 actually.
is it only 3?
Yeah, you do the third option 3 times.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of hard to do because it doesn't stay on the bottom. But yeah, you can just give away the watch your father gave you. Because
Yeah.
And that
And we'll We'll finish that story later because it's silly.
Yes. Also, Stinger is on day 10, as Drac is now as well. And basically, we've been called here. Ernest doesn't really understand why. He says, go ask Mira, whatever. And basically, more or less, we're being tested this day. So they go ahead by, a couple minutes, basically. Also, the chief looks like General Viper from Chrono Cross. I always see it.
I saw that when you mentioned it. I'm like, that is uncanny.
Well, he's an old bald guy with a gray beard. Like, it's pretty easy to...
Yeah, it's pretty generic.
Yeah. So everyone looks like General Viper in one way or another eventually. But basically we're being tested, and the first 2 battles are the easiest of the day.
And then did touch on Magma, did we? We'll get to that in a moment.
I wish Rahu had Magma.
I think we all do.
Yeah, it wrecks him so hard. It's so great.
Because Rahu has reduced hit stun, when it bounces in the lava, it doesn't bounce. It just stays in the lava and continuously takes damage.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. I actually have tested to see actually how much damage it does, and you can't move away until I think 800 or 900 is dealt. So, like, if there were to be lava on the end boss stage, basically there would be a quick kill, but there is no such luck for us.
That was found by Mechathulu.
Yes, by during one of our rando races, where there's a randomization option when you're choosing parts and stuff like that. So when you go and customize parts, you push Z and A. I know everyone else. Yeah, I know. I was gonna say everyone else is gonna cringe here. It's Z.
You're saying it wrong.
Anyway, but it randomizes all 5 parts from what you have. So on a New Game Plus file, when you have everything, you just do that every single battle. So you do lose time to the customization screen. But before it goes out, you try to glance at the body and the weapon you have really quickly. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's a lot of stress, though. And
there are a lot of bad parts.
Yeah, there's was it Twin Fang is the worst?
Oh, God.
No one would draft that thing in a million years for the tournament coming up.
Also,
I think you would,
bees.com.
Oh, yes. That's right. Linda Refight.
Bees.com.
All the bees. Does she have the acrobat pod?
I don't think so.
Or a bomb sword?
No, Ernest had that.
Also, I think actually Drac did notice she actually has a different set of legs in this battle because she doesn't travel as fast like she did before. So even though it's the exact same fight, just a day apart, essentially, the developers actually have changed up the fights actually quite a bit throughout the game. Because just because you fight one javelin, like this one, I believe Draxon has the afterburner gun, I think. Yeah, and there's one with the Magnum, or not Magnum. What was the other one? A 3-way gun and stuff like that, standard bomb S and stuff. There's a whole variety of things that will just drive you up the wall, really, for time wasters.
I always love giving the explosions in the victory pose.
Oh, I love it. Also, there's no more satisfying sound in this game than 3-way gun. Doing close range, it just sounds right, but unfortunately it's incredibly loud.
A little.
A little, yeah. But, that's the game. Although you can lower the music volume, but you can't lower the sound volume in this game.
Right.
Which is great.
Which even if you do lower the music volume, I can show you as soon as I get into battle, but there's a little intro music that still plays. It's not considered background music, it's considered a sound effect.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Like the little jingle before the fight starts?
Yeah. I just realized my game audio is not being played, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah,
imagining
to overtake Stinger.
With the music gone, all you hear is boom, 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 just constantly.
That's basically what
triple shot.
Yeah, that's basically what it is without, because you played Custom Robo without audio for.
Yeah, because I had a PC monitor without speakers, and that was what I ran games on for like 2 years or so.
So lots of song requests.
Yes.
Oh man, the amount of silly songs I requested on those streams. Those were some comfy streams, dude.
Oh, they're so chill. Every time I see Drax stream, I'm like, I just need to. Let's go and chill and relax. So you're done bees now. There's no more bees for the rest of the game, I believe.
No more Bs.
No more bees.
Only A's and C's.
Ooh. Hey, I didn't say that pun. You can't get angry at me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
It's your influence. It's spreading. It has to be contained.
Canadian?
Yes.
Okay. This is Mira.
She has the stun gun.
No, ion gun.
It's the
Zion?
stun.
Yeah.
It's the stun gun with range
Yeah.
and less spammability.
Also, notice how great she's fighting right now. You won't see that later. And Delphi will definitely support that in the back because unfortunately you get Mira for one battle as a partner, and she does not do good as does not do well as this basically.
There's kind of a recurring theme. All the allies are bad. I would argue Marcia is tolerable, and you only have her for one fight. Well, two actually, but they're kind of different fights.
And there's also Old Man Beatdown, and
Yes, exactly.
I think there's 4 in total. I think for Marcia.
So that was a pretty.
Oh, man.
That was really close.
46 HP.
Any fight, something can go wrong. Even the best, most experienced runners of this game have died to probably some of the most inane things you could think of.
Yeah, I never got control of that fight.
No.
Yeah, there's sort of an aggressive play style you have to play with in order to be fast, and sometimes AI just will play as hard as they can around it.
The best example is actually the Chief. The Chief will either be super stupid, or he'll zone you completely. I can't remember what gun he actually does have.
The sniper gun?
No,
That's
a
right.
rifle. That's right. Yeah. And yeah,
I'm gonna try something kind of risky here.
oh, you're kind of do the dunk?
Yeah.
Looks like you got it.
Not as much as I wanted
No,
to.
but I think you got 2 at least. So yeah, to explain what Drac just did, when they land in lava naturally, they can't be damaged until they come out of the cube. So basically, if you stand above them and shoot them with the three-way gun, you essentially just basketball dribble them into the lava briefly, and you can rack up a lot of damage against kind of heavier armored robos.
Yeah, it's a combo that does an abnormal amount of damage.
Yeah, and it's free damage too, because it does it before. Actually, yeah, we should explain as well. After they get down, they go into a rebirth cycle, where they have iframes and stuff like that. And basically, if you were to essentially basketball dribble them into the lava, you're basically ignoring that rebirth cycle and doing just a ton of damage really quickly, and it's really great. Have fun on the next fight.
Yeah.
This is Stinger's last fight of the relay race.
It's a fight Riz over here would describe as the hardest fight in the game.
Honestly, to me, it is, because at least with the other one, you have partners. And at least they can be, bullet shields. For this one, you don't have that luxury. And we've already fought this Robo before. This is Rahu 1, but we refer to him as Rahu 1 Refight. And for whatever reason, they thought his AI needed to be upped.
Considerably.
Yes, and now instead of like when you saw me doing day 8 and I did relatively well against Rahu, Rahu 1 Refight is actually legitimately a run killer for everyone. I think everyone has lost a run to...
I thought we were done with It's Our Revolution.
all the Conga lines?
Conga line hasn't even started.
No.
Drake got a pretty good fight there,
Yeah,
actually.
he did. That was really clean. Also, a lot of weird details in the level design, too. Like, it's, again, just best to play the game and just explore things, but...
Yeah, the game on a casual playthrough is not super long. You could beat it in like 2 to 3 sittings, usually. Because of how much text the speedrun does get a little bit on the longer side, like relative to a game of its length. But like, yeah, it's definitely worth it to just go around and explore and talk to NPCs. I think I'm going to actually be quiet and just let Stinger focus though.
Yeah. Dude,
That
that
was
was
so
clean.
good.
And now quiet for Drac as well, because same respect.
Now there's Shauny doing it. It's okay, dude. We love you.
I know.
No, we don't.
Ooh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
So for some reason, sometimes it like instant downs you, Rahu 1's gun, and sometimes it hits you and does nothing.
I can explain that
system.
after.
Just a little outside the melee range. I do play a lot more aggressive than Stinger in this fight, opting
good job,
for
man.
damage boosting in order to get a clean hits.
Yeah. So do you want to explain the story, what's going on your side, then we'll catch up to my side, essentially?
Yes.
Since we obviously missed a lot.
Yeah, so now we've been given the S-Class police rank, which that means we can learn of classified government details, specifically about Rahu himself, a autonomous robot that was basically
Oh, there's
Dark
a double
evil
laugh.
laugh.
Yeah, double evil laugh.
a dark spirit that possessed a robo.
Get your controller ready.
Yeah, we'll do.
That laugh was brilliant.
It's wonderful. It's actually the only audio in the game that people make. There's actually, there's also one other instance of a character doing something, but, oh, sorry.
So now Rahu's kind of attacking the Chinese restaurant again. Evil takes him out in a fight, but he says, I'm going to take Rahu for myself and join the Z Syndicate.
Said.
And the reason he's doing it, you might think, oh, he's actually turning evil. What a surprise. A character named Evil is becoming evil. Well, he's
It's not
actually not really. It's more he just really has a big crush on Eliza, the woman in red. Of course, as soon as she enters the scene here, she doesn't recognize him, and it like breaks his heart. He fights off like a killer robo, all for her, and does nothing.
I mean, if you think about it, he just beat Rahu 2 by himself.
I don't think it's quite
No,
at
it's not Rahu 2
2.
yet.
Rahu 1.5.
Yeah,
And that's
Which
easy.
is
Rahu
still
2
pretty
is
good.
nonsense.
yeah. I was super impressed with the Rahu 1 fight, though. The Rahu 1 refight. That was really, really clean.
A lot better than the practice ones I did yesterday.
That fight, the fact that both of them got a deathless fight there is really good.
Yeah, that's never free. It really isn't. Oh, so I can explain actually Rahu's gun. I'm going to be versing Oboro and Sergey in a double battle with Marcia. Basically, I'm going to target down Oboro first because he has a worm gun and it's incredibly legal. And that's all you really need to know. But as for, what's it called? What was I talking about?
The Rahu 1 gun?
Yeah. So basically the way it works is based on the range, it damages you more when it spreads out. So if you actually manage to get hit by it before it spreads out, you won't be downed. But if you do get damaged, I'm going to try to go after yellow here. And then go after green, get some free damage. Thank you, Worm Gun.
So spoiler warning, as they tell you, Sergey is Marcia's lost brother who kind of abandoned her several years ago.
With actually
And
no good
part of-
reason.
At least to her. He explains why. But,
That's just filling plot holes.
yeah. It really is. And so she's finally able to get past that and move on in life and face her brother now that she's found out that he's actually working for the bad guys.
How did
That's
Worm
a
Gun
big
hit me
part
there?
of why she gets so upset is she finds the person she thinks and like immediately recognizes as her brother is actually evil. And as I mentioned, her ability kind of makes her really
Sergey survived?
susceptible
Oh,
to
1 HP.
to emotional moments.
Yeah. I can explain the reason later why he left, because I actually have read the exposition dump, and it's actually not worth it. he's actually a really bad big brother.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it boils down to basically he knew she would follow him, so he left without saying anything, without giving her any support whatsoever. And he said if she ever was in danger, he would step in, which he has not done during this. But yeah, that was the Oboro and Sergey fight. It actually went pretty clean. I did damage against both of them. And yeah, now we're just going to go to the police station and learn about the world.
This is going to be a doozy.
Oh, I have to keep moving. That's right, day 12 you will automatically walk in there. And I got my normal answers. The world is round with a huge wall. Because I still don't know those answers.
Well, that's because you mash A and B through them.
No, actually, I normally match B at those ones. I honestly forgot it.
They give you a nice little quiz about whether the world is flat and has a huge wall around it. Those are actually the correct answers because because this game exists in a different world, and it actually does get explained. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of starting to lose this fight here. Okay, so now that I can take out Raheel by myself.
Yeah, hopefully without Mercy interfering.
I mean, she's not Harry.
Yeah, but her spider pods aren't as bad because they don't target you. But if you're close to the enemy, nice comeback there too.
So this scene where they all enter on the train is quite possibly one of my favorite things I've ever heard about Custom Robo.
Yeah.
During a run that was done on Background Guy 02's channel, he basically described this as Leon Kennedy, Guile from Street Fighter, and Hatsune Miku get on a train.
And we love it. It's so good.
Sums up this game pretty well.
Yeah.
Anime.
Name of the hero.
I mean,
at
those
least.
are all technically video game characters, so.
Technically.
So now we're in space.
Underground outer space.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, underground outer space. Going to behind a statue. We're going to learn that the police have been basically brainwashing the government, brainwashing everyone to believe the world is in this little dome, and it's not.
Because it turns out Rahu blew up everything.
Especially
And
that poor amusement park.
You have this tiny little colony as the last remnants of humanity because this game decided it wanted to have a plot all of a sudden.
And so everyone is shocked by holding their hands up in the air like they're being arrested. Also, I'm going to let the lightning go. You can see the bottom of the screen on my side. You can see the world clipped. So I don't think they ever intended to actually see that far, despite the cutscene.
Yeah, this is by far the longest un-Robo battle section of the run, so good time for donations.
Yeah.
I did get a $5 donation from Professor Palmer saying, "Red hair girl is best girl." Change my mind. Don't worry. There's 2 red hair girls, I think.
Yeah.
Changed my mind. $5 to naming Bogley Clawspalm, I believe he's spelling here.
Crosspalm is another runner of Nino Kuni, so it makes sense.
Okay. Well, that's all I got at the moment, but I would definitely like to take this moment to give a big shout out to the Yeti, who is currently selling some amazing T-shirts alongside with RPG Limit Break this year. They've got a nice selection of 8 different T-shirt designs, and every time you purchase one of these T-shirts, a portion of that purchase will go to Nami. So I suggest you go over to theyeti.com/RPGLB. That's theyeti.com.
YETEE.
Yeah. Can't talk today. What can I say?
It's fine. Also, Sergey is scum.
Yes.
Oddly enough, it pauses there, so you can actually clearly read that for some reason, and we just like pointing it out because he really is scum. Congolai. Also, this is the world's most sensitive bathroom. I've actually just messed around and see things. If you go towards the toilet for whatever reason, the door opens. So it's really, really stupid.
Okay, I'm glad both of us went the entire game without accidentally saying I'm going to wander home. If you do that, it can be anywhere from a 10 to a 40-second time loss.
Or if you're in the police station, really, really bad, because there's a lot of doors.
No walks of shame today.
Yeah, that's actually that is only one more skip that we have to do.
It's a very important skip, and it's very technical.
Yeah.
The runners are going to require complete silence for this skip.
Yeah.
It's coming up in a little bit, though.
Yeah. I still have to do the Z hideout first. There's only 2
Wanna
fights.
high five on the painting?
Sure.
Oh god, that's support from my teammate.
No. No, you didn't.
Also, this is auto-scrolling, so for whatever reason, you can...
I did not realize this was auto-scroll.
Yeah, everyone always holds up, but yeah, you can do whatever you want. Except, reset the game like that.
That's not where to go today. Okay, so the bad ending actually can be initiated at this point in time. You'll see exactly what happens with that when we get to that showcase, which again, thank you all so much for donating for that.
Also, we're basically entering at 1:35:24. That's incredible for all of us.
Yeah, we're going to be probably like 2 minutes behind.
Yeah. Because I think the old entry point was like an hour 50 or something.
Quick, Drac, high five.
That was lame.
That was also lame. There
we go.
There we go.
Third time's the charm.
Sounds like everyone's doing a better job high-fiving in the background than you.
They're high-fiving themselves. It doesn't work that way.
That's my less RNG for Rahu 3 in advance.
Yeah.
Riz Blessed 1, Riz Blessed 2.
All right. So this is one of the worst battles in the game to me. The next one is going to be a metal ape with a needle gun. Everything else here I'm actually relatively okay with. But this guy, whatever reason, reacts way too common or way too much to what you're doing. So hopefully this will go well.
He also has the same gun that we do, and so.
And the same bomb, actually.
It's the one part in like the entire time I can take my hands off the controller.
Yep.
I don't understand why it forces you to press A here.
Well, it's not a painting, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not high-fiving anything. What's the big deal?
Oh, how I hate you so much, Glaive.
Okay.
No, that was appalling.
That was okay.
You should go like the Javelin in day 5, where I just Standard Bomb S and whatever, but for whatever reason, he reacts perfectly to your inputs. So now Shiner version 2, which isn't any really different than Shiner version 1. I always have a little bit easier. I think everyone has a little bit easier time with this one than the first one, really, for some reason.
I would say so.
I think they're basically equal.
Yeah. I think at this point, you're just more warmed up, really.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a placebo effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, there's a part there right before you walk down the staircase. You inch like 5 pixels to the left and you start the next fight. I'm smashing text. It's been a while since there was a battle. And it's, you walk like 5 pixels to the left and suddenly you start the next fight. I think the reason being they want to give you the chance to visit the parts generator if they feel you need to. And he just bounced onto the wall and didn't tick over to a 6. So that's unfortunate. And doesn't happen that often.
Oh, Shiner. What did I just say before?
I think you said this was an easier fight.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to retract that statement?
No.
Well, anything can kill your run.
Yeah. This actually has killed one of my sub 2 runs by itself.
Wombo combo.
There you go. Abusive bombs there to when
Oh my god, I hate this fight so much.
I know, right?
It's such an annoying fight.
There's also damage scaling to this game. So after you do your first initial careful.
Why would you do this to me?
Oh.
No!
Ouch.
Okay. You lose. Okay.
So that's what happens when you lose. We're just showing you guys.
And the freaking pod still blows you up while you're dead, too.
Yeah, that's the worst part, is getting hit with that pod. I've also never died to that fight, so I get to do the obligatory once per marathon. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
I have died on that fight. It's not fun.
No, it's actually a legitimately hard fight. For whatever reason, this is didn't help you hit the lava just the last second too. So.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the metal grappler room.
You fight all 3 variations of the metal grappler.
Stun, really?
Bomb hitboxes in this game make 0 sense. I've been playing this game for 2 years and I still don't understand.
The first and third fight in this room will be nice for the most part. This next coming one, this is my actually least favorite fight in the entire game. More than Rahu 1 refight and more than the end boss. Because it's on a stupid stage, there's lava everywhere, and he has a gun that can easily down you, and you just slowly slip into the lava and die. So...
Yeah, I can agree with this being an awful fight.
Yeah. This actually has also cost me a sub 2 time. Everything else actually was perfectly fine except for this one. He'll never fire towards the edges, though. That's the one thing about him. No.
Alright, so because you had an unlucky Shiner, I'm going to make up for, the death a little bit and have just like a perfect Shiner fight.
Why would you jinx it like that?
Because
he has nothing left to lose.
Well, he can still lose the tournament.
you have that.
That was actually really clean.
Yeah.
Despite how that looked.
Alright, if Stinger blows it, I'll see you in the finals, Shauny.
Or Riz
Riz will. That's cool.
Poor Riz. He doesn't even have a
Wait.
mic to smack talk us back.
So this is Underpants Man.
Yes, the least chumpy of all the Z Syndicate
Yes.
members.
Despite him being less armored than everyone else, he's more armored than everyone else. He has a shotgun. It's wonderful. Everyone
No, it's
loves.
not.
I know.
It's not.
I'm just gonna go. I messed up the dice roll there, so I'm just gonna clear away from him. Because shotgun is one of the very few weapons which can actually down Metal 8.
Also, in the Metal Ox, he doesn't go down to one full melee range 3-way shot, so you have to be careful on how you approach, because you can take the damage and reciprocate it
Yeah.
right back.
The Standard Bomb S combo, which is the Standard Bomb S in the close range shot, actually does down him. And he'll never shoot a shotgun in the air. He'll always be on the ground. Or sorry, after recovery, I should say. Okay, the other way. I will actually take that fight. Oh, come on. 3 HP left. Are you serious? Go away. Thank you. I will take that fight now. Because it can go very wrong with the lava shotgun downing, and just he'll zone you completely as well. I think his pods are actually one of the worst things in that fight, too.
One of the interesting things about this matchup that GhostKing is playing is in the same kind of situation, the Metal Bear with the drill gun pulls you closer. But if you don't have any previous damage and your shields are still at full, nice.
Nice dunk.
If your shields are still at full, it puts you right in melee range for the 3-way.
Yeah.
I remember just if you're close enough to when you knock an enemy up like that, sometimes they will like fall down on you during the victory screen.
It's great. So this is going to be kind of a reset fight for me, because for whatever reason they put this guy here, and yeah, he's just a...
Easy.
Yeah, it's a nice change from the middle grapplers. You can shove him in the lab if you want to, like that.
Hit him in the lava with like the frame he rebirthed.
Yeah,
that was pretty nice. Back in the day, we used to count how many times that bot would run into the lava on its own.
Oh, yeah. If you actually just leave him alone, he'll actually eventually kill himself. It's quite phenomenal. He just dashes too far. He runs too fast. It's great.
The AI isn't good.
Some battles are, some battles aren't. You're having a really good Metal 8 battle right now.
Yeah, this is like abnormally good.
Yeah, I want that.
There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, if Shauny had that in a run, you'd take that 100 times out of 100.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this far into a run.
I'm going to fire away from him because I think he's, next to the lava. I'm going to try to chase him initially, but no.
All right, so now I have Underpants Man. Let's not die again. I have lost runs to this fight before. It's kind of the mantra of this game with most of its fights. If it's not because the fight went poorly and I lost it, even if it was easy, it just went badly, it's because they ended up killing me.
Again, we have to stress it. Nothing is free in this game. Minus Steelhead. But
Yeah, I don't think I've ever lost a fight to any of the Steelhead fight, or run to any of the Steelhead
sometime
fights.
maybe, but never a Steelhead.
I'd say there's around 10 to 15 losable fights in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And there's like 10 others that you lose once ever, and you're just like, how
Very
on earth did
nice.
this happen?
Oh, so this is now the worst segment for me for partners. I hate Roy, and unfortunately, if you actually watch him, which color is he? He'd be blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll sit in a corner and just shoot his magnum behind a wall and not do anything.
We barely touched up on like the characters of this game. Basically, Roy is a police officer who really, really hates Harry, even though he's his partner's brother.
I mean, he's right.
He's right.
Yeah, he's right, yeah.
And there is some character in this game. Harry is, I think, at least amusingly written, so
Yeah, he is, yeah.
he has his moments.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
He has a personality. That's more than a lot of characters in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like Boy D in the tournament? I love Boy D. Okay,
Like Chef Boyardee.
See what we did
the
there.
great programmer of Barkley Shut Up and Jam Guide. His name is in the credits. There is.
It's canon.
It's canon.
There you go. That was actually a really clean fight,
Yo,
too.
I knocked him into the lava. Okay, down. Good one.
Yeah, also, there's a weird kind of spacing game you got to play with a lot of robos. Is after a lot of practice, you realize what guns have what range, and you'll be playing footsies with a lot of them without realizing it eventually. And you also have to realize when you can approach, and when you should just do extra damage through bombs or pods or lava or something like that to save time essentially based on judgment. So just because we're doing close range 3 gunshots for 9% of the game doesn't mean there's other things we're not doing at all times, basically. Like, there's a lot of weird nuances
You can't just dash up in their face the entire game and expect not to get punished.
unless it's a Steelhead.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not being hard on Steelhead. They really are that stupid in this game. It's great.
So this fight that GhostKing is on right now, it looks pretty free, right? So
It's not. A lot of things can go wrong here. So the fact that this is going well so far is okay, but it's kind of turning to going from an from a good fight to an average fight.
there you go.
Okay.
There's one time I was doing a New Game Plus run, which in the New Game Plus run, your robot takes double the damage, basically.
So Roy has not done 1 damage the entire time I took out yellow.
Nice.
So just point that out there. He's currently... Oh, yeah, he hit him finally. All right.
He didn't hit you, though.
Finally, yeah.
So the New Game Plus run.
Oh, yeah. That bot, and I ended up dying to it because it did a 600 damage combo to me.
He stole my kill.
He did.
What a cherry picker.
Yeah.
That's what you get for talking so much trash.
Well, that's the last time I'm ever going to have to be his partner. So, actually, I meant to point out, the yellow Robo in that battle has a shotgun. It's not apparent when you first do this game, but that's actually the worst robot. Because not only does your partner not support you.
So Roy also gets probably the most badass moment in the entire story, which is completely non-indicative of how good he is as a Robo-Battler.
Yeah.
These 3 Z Syndicate members come and try and 3v3 you, but Roy just says, I'm going to take them all on by himself. And, like, he wins is the scary
He puts
thing.
him to sleep through boredom.
I
Shout out to Team Rocket.
I
'cause
mean, it
do-
works. Whatever he does there, it works.
Yeah.
Shout out to Team Rocket.
Yeah, for the longest time, I thought that R stood for Team Rocket because this is whatever. It stands for Rahu, which is the main villain of the game, and I was that oblivious.
It's Team Rocket.
Well, this
Basically
game is Pokemon.
Team Rocket. This
so-
game is basically Pokemon in
Yeah.
another universe.
Also, I'm glad they finally gave each other enough spacing for a 4-meter square.
Oh, so Old Man
Battle
Beatdown.
Arena.
This is the only 3v1.
Yeah, so Sergey double crosses him at the most opportune moment he could find.
Yeah.
And he's not a bad guy after all.
He's still scum, though.
He's still scum.
Yeah.
That's scum.
I think he was just opportunist.
Actually, he says that, the exposition dump. So-
Maybe he could have double-crossed him before he finished his plan.
Yeah,
So after this fight, which is going to be really quick, there's going to be another one, and after that, it's going to be just probably a good time for donations.
Donations
I'll get into
or
that.
plugging or anything along those lines. Thank you, partners, for blowing me across the arena.
That fight is also pretty easy. There's an infamous triple perfect.
I didn't. They hit me. They hit me.
Yeah.
I would have had triple perfect.
If your teammates weren't actively detrimental, he would have had a triple perfect.
Just put it out there. Because you're versing 3 versus 1 versus a Robo that actually has bad defense as well.
I have actually hit retire, which is the, instantly give up the fight. They did program what happens if you lose that fight, because there's no way that should ever happen, ever.
Even with like a Swift and like an oil can, I'm pretty sure you'll still win that.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Can
random
confirm
risk.
on the oil can.
Oh, that's okay, yeah.
And he basically just condemns Sergey for, betraying him. I'm actually amazed that they thought to have the foresight to, okay, what if they just hit retire because they think, they have to end the game or something.
Yeah, I think
That was also a
Marcia
really
and
good fight.
Sergey could take that fight on their own without you doing anything.
So this is Rahu 2. He has a very unique model. When you knock him down, there's about 30 frames between when he gets knocked down and when he rebirths, so you really can't do any damage to him on the ground. He flies around a lot, is obnoxious to hit, and a lot of this fight is just random.
Well, don't say that. I'm doing really great.
A lot of this fight is just random.
It's very random.
I will take that fight, though.
Yeah, that was a good Rahu 2.
Oh, gotta stretch.
All right,
Rahu
I'm
2
going
can
to do
win.
the 2v1, or the 3v1 here. Good time for donations.
Yeah.
All right, I really don't have any new donations in, but I would like to remind people we do have some things you would want to donate for. We still have an ongoing naming bid war for several of the familiars on the upcoming run of Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. You could easily snipe a lot of these names. Most of them are around the $5 to $10 range, so if you want to make a difference, now is the time to do so. We also could see about the audio language, which is an ongoing bid war. Currently in the lead for that is English at $85 and Japanese at $33. So if you want to hear Japanese language, you're going to have to put a little bit more into that.
So to go over what's going on their screen, it's, what I refer to as the 2 minutes of text mashing of Doom. The game has a huge info dump at the end, like not even like 20 minutes from the end of the run.
332 text boxes.
Yeah, it's like 8% of the game's like text in the story mode that you're required to go through is in 1 2-minute mashing spree.
And 3 saves.
Yes, there's 3 save points inside this exposition dump.
Yeah.
So that really tells you. And also you say if you don't give him the watch at the end of it, it's quite bad. You should have about 20 extra text boxes. Yeah. I can briefly summarize what all that went in a couple sentences.
Rahu is evil, blew up the world. The main character's father started the Z Syndicate. He died. The power struggle happened. Main character's watch is a mind erasing device.
Which the government wants.
Which the government wants because that is a wonderful use of power.
Also, they actually explain where Marcia's power comes from.
And conga lines.
Yes, and
that's
conga lines.
the most important thing you get out of that that entire.
So you can go through the bodies there.
I know there's Z everywhere, but there's a big R, and I swear to God, it made me think of Team Rocket instantly.
Thank you. Yep. But yeah, so basically the way Marcia got her powers is every child born will have their memory genetically modified to believe the dome is the world. A side effect is actually, it sometimes triggers a part of the brain, which then creates her powers, which then increases sensitivity and stuff like that. That's the worst turn in the game, for the record. It's blind, it's really annoying, it makes you lose time sometimes. But that's basically where Marcia's powers come from, is basically she's genetically modified as a baby.
Oh my God, there's more to that info dump.
Yeah, I actually sat down and read it all when I was counting all the stuff. And basically, I'm just going to try to split when I leave here, and I don't have my keyboard.
Shauny,
Dude,
you're
this
unbelievable.
is the stupidest Rahu 2 fight I've ever had.
Wow.
Hey, Drac, co-op. You mash A, I mash B.
This is a really bad idea.
This is a horrible idea.
You know how I mash.
Yes.
I can't.
So now we're in the amusement park. We're cornering Rahu, and basically I got a chip inserted into the watch will allow me to erase the memory of Rahu himself, which is possessing a custom Robo, because anime.
Okay, this is stupid. Let's not.
I was gonna say I don't think you want to do that for the 332.
Yes.
This battle is stupid. His metal ox, you actually can get him pretty decently. He's actually gonna roll over. He's gonna get a 6, I believe. Yeah, there you go. I keep my 1. I can dash over. Briefly pause Standard Bomb S so I can down him. And then he'll air dash away. I'll follow.
Stood on his head a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you, Lava. Technically Magma, I guess? I don't know what they call it, actually.
They call it Magma Zones.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention. I don't need to speedrun the game. Actually, yeah, of everyone here, I probably know the least amount about this game.
Says the person who just talked about the entire exposition.
It's because I pay attention to one conversation. It happens every now and then. But yeah, basically, I don't know the parts. Even when I played as casually, I stuck to a very few amount of parts, so I don't know how to recognize them or anything or whatever. Everyone else has done their research. I have not.
And you still went with your typical Pokemon VGC mentality of picking the dumbest thing possible for the tournament because it just so happens to be funny and hilariously troll.
It's a chicken. Why would I not pick it?
All right.
And he'll have to endure it.
Time for Conga Line Redux.
All right, I'm not going to get a good roll, but I'm going to launch over here in case I do. Okay, I did keep it. So this is Delphi's least favorite fight, because you have Mir as a partner. And here's the ion gun to push them away from me.
Delphi has had a lot of trouble on this fight, which is given none of us ever like any trouble.
No, I've had a lot of issues.
Like to the extent that he had,
No.
like nothing ever came close to that. So we kind of just joke about like this fight is now Delphi's fight.
Yeah. There's the ion gun pushing the enemy away, so I can't do my combos.
All right, so after this fight, Shauny's going to attempt the single most important skip in the entire run. It's very hard. It's frame perfect, pixel perfect, sub-pixel perfect.
It's horrible.
Yeah. He needs to pay, like, absolute utmost attention.
Also, I want to point out, actually, when Sergey leaves the screen, he'll actually clip into the ground. For whatever reason, he's just too tall. But you'll see him go, and he'll just go boop, and he'll dive down. So watch him there.
Oh.
All right, now I need concentration.
Press A.
And I did it.
Yeah, you got
first try!
I did actually mash A and B there, so.
So we don't have any real big skips for this game.
But
So
you can't be mean to Harry.
Yeah, so in being mean to Harry means that we don't follow him into the bathroom to like help him out. There's 2 battles in there.
One single, one double.
And that wastes several minutes.
And it's on the smallest arena in the game.
Yeah. So the fact that they're optional means that, you know, we just save a minute, like save 2 minutes by saying no 5 times.
Hey, Drac, do you want to explain the history of it?
Yeah, so instead of calling it bathroom skip for a while, we called it Drac room skip because I am notorious for not paying attention in my runs, as you may have guessed by the fact that I'm
the one who died.
Yeah, but I was the one that didn't equip the parts. But,
Also,
yeah.
Steelhead fight.
yeah. You really get to see how easy it is to abuse the Steelhead, even at the
highest
higher,
level.
Yeah. Even at leading into the final boss.
My question is, why does he need help going to the bathroom?
Because
He's scared.
He's kind of scared of being alone in the final dungeon, like suddenly having to go to the bathroom. Like there's probably going to be guys here. And of course he takes like a long time in the bathroom because he has to fight them basically himself.
I mean, he was basically right.
Oh, wow, what the heck? One pod got me, and all of a sudden everything goes wrong. It's not, you know, bad. I don't know where near. Whoa, what the heck?
Whoa.
Why?
That was kind of weird.
I pushed B.
The game
Thank you, Control.
disagrees.
Yeah, apparently. Also, that's one of my. I keep killing the guy there for perfects and stuff like that, but on the background of my splits is always that Steelhead. Because I just love the carousel and the ponies in the background as well. So. And this is the creepiest amusement park, even before Raihu got through with it. Look at the fangs on that clown. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be the side, but it looks like fangs to me.
Do clowns typically not have fangs?
Good question. I don't know, actually.
I don't know, have you watched it?
No.
Good. I feel like you'd be terrified.
All right, so I have 4 more battles. 3 before the end boss. And does anyone want, like, this is just going to be basic battles for now. Does anyone want to explain the end boss? Because we're going to need some time to actually explain them properly.
Yeah, the
Because
final
I want
boss-
quiet during that, obviously.
Yeah, the final boss is Rahu 3, is the final fight against Rahu. It's a 3v1 against him, and he is perfectly balanced to support that. Basically, all your shots are chip damage, and it's very hard to even knock him down. And when you do knock him down, he instantly recovers. So you actually don't want to knock him down at all because it just gives him more iframes.
Yeah. So as we mentioned,
Nice, perfect.
you getting
Thank you.
knocked down. I'm just gonna be mashing B here, so
Yeah,
I
don't-
guaranteed get this skip.
Yeah. That's why we're making a joke with, like, frame perfect stuff. You just match B, you're fine on that skip.
Yeah.
And this is the maze room skip.
So shout-outs to Razor, by the way, in our Discord, who found the route to doing this maze with 0 fights. There's encounters that are designed to be trigger when you get close to them, and there's like 7 or 8 in this room, but you can actually do this in such a way that you trigger 0 of them.
Yeah, and obviously
We
0
used to
is
do that,
faster
yeah.
than any fight.
Yeah, we used to think there was 2 of them minimum, but turns out you can just do it without any of them. Touching back on Rahu 3, his bomb actually will hit the ground and explode into 4 smaller bombs. His pods follow around the arena for
40 seconds, I think. Like, they're ridiculous.
amount of time.
I didn't realize they actually blew up.
Yeah, no, they just home on you. Yeah, I did a test battle and I used the legal part to jump up and stay in the air basically, and I timed it. It's like 40 seconds or so, or 30 seconds.
And then Rahu 3's gun has a huge area
You'll
of effect.
see. You'll see.
Yeah, it's.
We use it in New Game
hardest.
Plus.
We've called it the hardest fight. It's certainly the hardest fight in a casual playthrough. It's at least top 2 in the speed run. Despite what should be an overwhelming advantage in your favor. It doesn't help that again if you get knocked out, your party members can't finish the fight.
I got 2 more fights left. The next fight is going to be against twins. You're also going to see animations that we skipped while mashing through day 7 and day 11. Well, day 11 actually, I think because she walks in, you do see it, but yeah, you'll see a clear animation that we skipped during the mashing. But yeah, basically this is a fight which also ends a lot of runs because if this doesn't go well, you're dead really quickly.
Yeah. So these two. So the red-haired lady, the one we saw at the Chinese food place, was not the same one as the one we saw at the lab. They're identical twins. Blah, blah, blah.
Also, best character moment from Marcia, just screaming "I'll kill you" to someone.
And then she just gets slapped aside. I don't know what happens. Do they do a fight instantly?
No, she just gets hit.
Or does she like physically hit her? Or
She physically hits her. Yeah.
She just says no because she's like down on one knee.
Yeah, but the thing is, why can't Marcia get up during this battle and just kneecap both of them? Like,
so Shauny sub 2's not happening.
oh,
Oh,
I blame you, Stinger.
thanks.
This cutscene going on right
I'm
now is
glad I
probably
could
the
do
last
that.
chance you're going to get to read any donations. 'Cause
Yeah.
the last part is really focusing.
Yeah, because I don't mind talking during this fight, but the next fight I need concentration on.
All right, I can read off 2 real quick. I've got a $5 donation from Rocks the Fox saying, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite childhood games. I'm having a blast watching the runners give gun for a fast time as they body Robo after Robo using such amazing skill to get a leg up on the opposition. If you guys have a podcast, I'd love to see that.
You're reaching for that.
And I hope this game returns for the next limit break. Perhaps it could be a custom.
That one I applaud you. That was clever.
More than anything I say.
We have another $5 donation from Tiny Tim saying, no donations, here's a bit more then. Good luck again on the race, Ghosts and DarkRoastDracula. We looking forward to the Nino Kuni run coming up after this. Putting this donation toward naming Lemur Bruce Lemur.
Hey.
Cheers.
Thanks, Tim. Tim's been a regular supporter of the stream of my own stream, so thanks. Good to hear you're watching at this time of the hour.
Okay, that actually went better. You saw at the beginning, all of a sudden I lost like 500 HP. That's normal.
That fight can just go terribly
Yeah.
if your ally doesn't help you.
Or if they double team you, because they both have illegal weapons, and then the damage adds up really quickly. There you go. So yeah, I need concentration on Rahu 3 because just count how much damage each bullet does to him, or bomb, or pod, and you'll see just how horrendously unbalanced he is.
You know, if I hadn't have died, we would have been within one fight of each other for basically the entire race.
Yes.
So, barring that, this has been really close. Like,
And he does actually need concentration this time. It's not
Yeah,
a...
it's not a joke.
there
Rahu 3 is not a joke. And unfortunately, I got pinned as runner number 2, so this is where I'm ending it. So. Also, I do love the heartbeat sound in this room. It's over the top. I also like to say before I fight, I actually had one of the best Rahu 3 fights when I was preparing a save data earlier, and I will not get that again here. Because that's just how luck works.
Yep. No. Aw, darn.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
By the way, time is on fade out.
Fade out.
fight.
Yeah, I'll let you know when time is.
Nice.
Time coming up.
Nice job, man.
So to explain some of the
And
Time.
That is better than my PB.
what was it?
207.08, I think.
I think it was 07.
04? Yeah, that's a really respectable time. That's actually better than third place right now, right?
I think
Yep.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe third place is 207 flat by Mecha.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, this fight's kind of not been off to a good start. The worst part about dying on that fight, the Rahu 3 fight specifically, is it's the longest fight in the game, so it can cost you like upwards of 2 minutes of death. It's one of the biggest run enders, and it's unfortunately at the very, very end of the run. So getting that a deathless run is just fantastic in a marathon. Like nothing in this game is free. Also, Harry did a lot of work to I don't know which of the twins that is, but like Harry put in work on that fight, and I'm
just gonna leave it there.
I'm kind of surprised.
I was waiting for that.
I mean, that's their game in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I've never seen you stunned like that by something.
Yeah. There's no point in me going through the credits or anything like that because we've reset.
We're gonna end at about the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's like an extra minute worth before you get into the Rahu 3 fight. There's an extra minute worth of mashing we removed from the run essentially because there's no point mashing after doing the final fight.
About that death, this would be entering this at about 208. So I think my pace here is about 212-ish.
Yeah. Everyone's done ridiculously well. Oh, good luck on Rahu 3, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know if the audio's on his side, but...
Let's go, Pokehero.
Yeah, let's go Pokehero.
Shoutouts to Pokehero. And shoutouts just in general to the Robo community. There's quite a lot that's happened in the last couple of years. A lot of people who've been in there. And you see there's 7 of us here. This is about the size of an average custom Robo Discord call. When one person gets in a run and they're in that call, the whole squad is there. It's unlike anything I've ever seen in
And
any
we
other
meme
game.
hard.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, he got a 1. And it's focusing me. Wonderful. What a nice start. Charge, cancel bullets there.
Use dash to get iframes.
One thing that works most of the time if Rahu is targeting you and he's right up in your face is you can charge. And most of the time he switches targets. There was a point when Shauny was doing this fight where he didn't, but he was far enough away and he had enough health so that didn't really matter that much. Charging in this fight is generally not very helpful because you're just giving Rahu iframes.
It does like 20 damage.
Yeah, it's so reduced.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Stop
Change.
focusing me, you son of a gun.
Because it's guns.
Had to get one more in, didn't you?
Of course.
Alright, I'm taking this super safe. So yeah, his pods are jerks.
Yeah.
I'm just letting my allies finish this.
1 HP.
Yeah. This actually shows how annoying. There we
Yes.
go.
Hey.
We were all under
my
100
God.
HP. That was as close as that
Yeah.
gets. So
That was like 120 combined HP.
And
time.
there you go.
That with a death, I will take that.
Yeah.
That
Sir.
is GG, sir. GG.
Good race, guys.
Good race.
I can't believe I said that.
Oh, just come on.
Come on, Stinger.
You won.
Nah, it's all good. As much as we love to rib on each other,
It's all in good fun.
yeah,
Okay.
we're all
You
good
want to just
pals
reset
here.
it?
So.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Who's got the?
This is I have day 12 save data on
Okay.
that one, so we can showcase off bad ending.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna head on off to the credits. Go ahead and probably put audio on this channel here. We get our final word from our father, who recorded something like in case we succeeded, and now they decide they're gonna use the memory erasing device on all the bad people and tell everyone the truth about the world.
And also, you cannot not give the memory erasing device to the government.
Yes.
It's and yes. So either way, you're agreeing.
So the credits theme in this game is, we don't talk much about the music. It's kind of solid background music composed by the guy who actually composes for Tekken. And this is the best song in the game by a wide margin. I feel
Oh
like.
yeah, and first-person mode is
A
an
thing.
option.
Yeah.
I do not recommend it.
No.
Nobody does.
If you get motion sick easily, like
Don't watch the screen.
Let's
talk to
if
Ernest
you
behind
couldn't
the desk.
if you couldn't stomach virtual, well, actually I can't quite say that one, but like, you know, if you get motion sickness, this is not the best one. So I'm just gonna sit here idle and let this play out.
Yeah. So this is the bad ending showcase that everyone donated for. So thank you on that one. Basically, there's a half run of this game. So you saw how long day 12 was, where we split up the days, and realistically, most of my battles were on day 12. I think there's 18 in total, which is stupid because we split 31-33. But basically, when you talk to the chief here, he gives you an option to come with him.
And
So-
you would think this is a what thou
I'm
must.
gonna make sure I do this right.
Every time you say no, you get a different, unique text of Harry saying, "Come on, man."
Yeah, so not going to force you. You're not coming. The human race is in danger. And it keeps going. Wow.
You're a
Okay, Harry.
coward. Harry's going in.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
Also, I love the character portraits in this game are great. Like
They're
the,
amazing.
The hero has some incredibly expressive ones. Like
Well,
this-
what do we have to lose? We might die. But this goes on for 20. You just did previously. This goes on for 20 no's. Yeah. He'll do everything to try to convince you. No, I'm not going still. She pronounces her name wrong. Definitely not.
certainly not the most appealing option.
Sounds like a broken record, and then there you go. There's the fourth goal break. That's not my concern, so I'm not going still. Still not my concern. Technically, yes, exactly, right? Yeah. He's pointing with all four of his fingers.
He's doing like the customer service
Yeah.
point.
Last chance. You go no. Now he accepts the answer, right? So they understand our reluctance, and we choose not to go. Everyone says goodbye, give Ernest regards, and they progress like normal. But now fades to black. Time would be now, and yeah, everyone's dead. When Rahu finally attacked, it grew even stronger, reduced the town to ruin in minutes. I guess it's a town, not a world now.
Close enough.
Yeah, the human race was exterminated. If Iron, that was my friend's
If
save
Anime
file.
had joined
Yeah.
Harry and the others.
Yeah, this probably could have been avoided. And it trails on. And he died. That's the thing. And he died. So next time, make sure you don't keep picking the wrong answer. And it goes right back so you can pick it. So there you go. There is bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for donating for that.
All right.
We got one more thing.
You have the all parts. memory card?
It's on this one as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can just go back to the beginning.
Okay.
All right, up next is
reset.
the
Well, I can s- I was
1v1 tournament,
Okay, never mind.
where we're going to include a couple of our folks from the couch, too. Am I correct?
Yes, Riz will be taking the place of Drac, who's going to be going over for commentary on specifically this next part here. So stick around for that.
All right.
I guess plug in your control now. I guess everyone's going to plug in. Does it mean you first?
I guess so.
I have to figure out what I remembered. Who has a list of parts?
All right. All right. Just to clue you in, we're going to be shifting on over with our commentary. We're going to have DarkRoastDracula, Ghoul02, and J Hobbs taking over to providing you some awesome commentary for this tournament.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty.
There we go. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay Hobbs. Yeah.
Ghoul02.
Yeah, you just saw a lot of him. But basically, we're going to be commentating the 1v1 tournament for the runners here. Ghoul, you want to break down exactly what the format of this tournament is?
Right, so this tournament is a best of one in the tag mode. So everybody has two different robots they can tag out at any time by pressing the Y button. When they tag, there's going to be a certain cooldown period where they cannot actually switch back to the other robot. When it gets below 150 health and they tag out, it will actually regen back up. It's not very significant, won't really save them very much, but it is a thing.
And as soon as one of the robos is down completely, is out of HP, then the fight is over. So you don't have to take out both of your opponent's robos, just one of them.
Yeah. Before the event, they actually did a online draft where they chose which parts they have. So they all have different drafts. None of the parts were used in the speedrun whatsoever. That was one of the restrictions. There was one other gun that was banned. That is the stun gun, because it is kind of annoying and a bit OP. Anything I missed?
Ado.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, we're gonna.
As always, shout-outs to the netplay community for this game. They've been putting in some work trying to figure out, new movement tech, new glitches, stuff that really helps move the meta along.
All right. So on the left here, we have Shauny. He has the metal bear and the chicken heart. On the right, we have the that's going to be Shauny with the that's Stinger with the strike and the splendor.
Yeah, they're going to try to color coordinate so that it should be always the red Robo is going to be the one that starts off on the left here in first player, and the green Robo will be the one that starts in second player on the right, but we'll do our best. All right.
Game is very fast.
I think we're ready then.
Ready.
You guys ready for some Robo battles?
We love Robo battles.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give you a quick little countdown then. In 3, 2, 1, fight. All right, starting off with the dice launch here. Let's see how it goes for each player. Remember, we've got Shauny in red here on the left. We got Stinger in green on the right side. Stinger is going to be jumping out first, not really getting much of an advantage there at all, but he is going to first try to shoot Shauny. Shauny gets the upper hand, though. He's going to make a quick change immediately after downing.
Into the chicken heart of all robots with the knuckle gun.
Yeah, the chicken heart is kind of the annoying build that we are seeing out of Shauny for this tournament. Looks like he currently has the upper hand. Though Stinger with a nice change there is going to down Shauny, get some hits off, but a change for Shauny as well. It's going to be his retaliation.
One of the mechanics for tag battles that we didn't really get to see in the run is you can change while you're still in your rebirth cycle.
Ooh, nice
and
dash
that
from
gives you a good opportunity to counterattack on your opponent's disadvantage and cooldown after trying to punish, as you see from Stinger there.
Oh man, Stinger is losing HP like a madman right now. Shauny just dashing and trying to punch him with that knuckle gun. And wow, there it is. Shauny victorious in match number 1.
Shauny has such a strong build for the close range.
Yeah, he's going double close range. He has to get on top of his opponent, which is not easy to do in this game with some of the ridiculous zoning that's possible, but manages to get in and just do crazy amounts of damage.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of using Chicken Heart in that situation, because it has a really long and slow dash, but you don't know where it's going to go. It's kind of up in the air. And that was how he was able to get in on Stinger a couple of times.
Not to mention, once he does close that distance, the amount of damage that he was able to put out is just unbelievable.
That knuckle gun is basically like you get hit by it twice and you are dead.
Yeah. All right, well, coming up next, we got GhostKing versus Riz here. I believe GhostKing will be in red. He'll be the first, player 1 on your screen here. Red and blue as he switches between the two Robos. Riz will be green and yellow.
GhostKing is using the Halberd, which is a blink dash type of Robo, and then we also have the Sealhead, which is kind of a bulky tank, a little bit slower, but
take a bit more damage. Riz is going to be going for the Javelin, as well as the Peregrine is his two choices there.
Yeah, the Javelin is another one of those blink dash that's going to disappear, has several air dashes. Peregrine is one of the fast ground movement Robos. He's also using the Hornet gun and the Drill gun. The Drill gun is a Gatling type gun, decent range, does pretty good damage if you ever get in. The Hornet gun shoots out 5 projectiles that all home in and actually go in on towards the target. And looks like we're diving right into this one.
Yes, we are. And let's see how the dice roll goes for them. Once again, they can try to manipulate this to get a 1 on the die and jump up. Looks like Riz is going to be the one with the advantage here. He's going to immediately force a change out of GhostKing there to his tankier member, and looks like Riz is going to be changing as well. The downs are coming pretty quickly from Riz, but he's not necessarily following up on a lot.
Great job by Riz, though, to avoid. A lot of the time we see people getting punished as they come out of that rebirth state. So by kind of running away, he gave up a little bit of damage, but he did not give GhostKing a chance to punish for that down.
Both runners making a change to their faster Robos here. Wow, some nice dashing from Riz there.
Great avoid right there. He knew immediately what he was going to do, dashed away, threw out a couple to cover himself.
It looks like now the change comes out from his match. GhostKing going with that tankier build at the moment, although he is sitting on lower health than his opponent here.
See that long-range dragon gun trying to just connect, but it's so slow, it's very difficult to land that projectile.
Oh, a necessary change from GhostKing there, though he's already brought down to even health with his other Robo. Again, first Robo to die is the end of the match. Not the bees. Riz is pulling him out right now. They do home in on his opponent. He's going to be trying to take care of GhostKing.
Be careful,
here.
the bees do so much damage at close range.
Oh, but there we go. GhostKing makes the change to his tankier teammate, and he's going to be trying to retaliate on Riz here. He's actually getting him quite low. Riz has to be careful. The dragon is chasing him down, not quite able to connect.
The regen taking on GhostKing's first Robo. He's back at 150 health, but still very low, very close to death.
Riz knows he has the advantage in health here, so he's going to try to play at range. Now he's finally coming in close with the drill
down.
There it is. Match goes to Riz.
So now we've got Riz versus Shauny.
Yeah, we do. This is going to be a pretty close matchup, I'd say. given what we saw there.
It's going to be a bit interesting because Riz really wants to try to zone unless he's on that Javelin with that Hornet Gun. Because, again, that Hornet Gun, if all 5 of those projectiles manage to hit before they get down and get the little bit of the damage reduction from it, it does just massive amounts of damage.
But
Shauny doesn't have to worry about that. Shauny just has to get in with that Knuckle Gun
Yeah.
about 3 times, and it's just GG.
Yeah, Shauny's really going to be looking to close the distance as quickly as possible. Maybe even, stay on Metal Bear a little bit for a while, but then switch to Chicken Heart when he's able to close that distance and really just try to, two-punch you to death.
That was kind of his game plan from game 1. He tried to get in with the Metal Bear a lot more, and then once he was in, he was able to capitalize off the opponent's rebirth cycle.
All right,
It should be also interesting to note they are playing on a stage where the walls are somewhat random. That could actually that could be very huge for Riz. Those walls can help him zone off Shauny and keep him from actually getting those knuckle guns off.
But at the same time, if Shauny's able to play behind the walls, then he's not.
You could give him an approach angle.
Exactly. He's going to be able to prevent Riz's, assault from afar. Looks like we're going to be having Shauny in the red and blue on the left side, and we're going to have Riz in green and yellow again. So luckily, each, one from each side won, so that we made it really easy for watching at the end here. And I believe we're good to go. Runners were given the option for any choice of legs.
Right, he's using that long thrust for checking the heart, just making sure that single dash he has is as long as possible, making it as hard as to keep him away as you can.
All right, here we go into battle number 3.
It's actually first place versus second place on the leaderboard.
Oh, man, and they both start with the 1 on the die, so they're going to be jumping out at the same time. Looks like Shauny's coming in close already, but he's going to be making a change fast. Try to hit him with that knuckle gun. It's going to knock him back very far. Riz is using the bees, trying to use that range to his advantage. He's going to be continuing to space away from Shauny whenever he can. Shauny switched back again. Or no, sorry, he is sitting on full health is what I meant to say. Now there's the change finally. He is going to try to close that distance. Riz switching to the drill gun here.
Those pods actually coming into effect, something that we've said many times is that we don't like to use the pods, but those satellite pods came in kind of in clutch, didn't get enough damage to completely down.
Oh, Riz is sitting in trouble right now. Low health, can't make a change at the moment. There it is immediately as soon as it's off cooldown. Shauny, though, is going to down him and try to finish him off. Not quite able to do so. Riz going to be using the drill gun. Ooh. Shauny making a change, but he's getting comboed here by Riz. Riz has to back away as he knew that the invulnerability period was coming back for Shauny.
He thought he would be knocked down after the drill gun, but he was still standing
Riz
up.
With a nice knockdown to save himself. Almost a 1 hit away from death. Oh, man, he's got to make a change here. Not much health on either Robo for him, and there it is.
That's it.
Shauny taking the victory.
That was so close. You saw he had that 1 knockdown on him. He almost, if he'd gotten a good combo, and he almost had enough damage to get the kill, especially if he had a perfect set of Hornet Gun. That was super close.
Okay.
And it's a 2 of 3 finals.
Yeah, we are getting a best 2 out of 3 for the finals. Definitely something we knew beforehand and not
Bonus
something we're learning
Let's
right
keep
now.
Going.
So, why don't you two take this one, I guess?
All right. So let's see how both players adapt. Just in that game alone, they were able to weave in and out of the setups that they had got their previous opponents with.
Pretty equal on the out, but a little bit of an advantage for Riz there.
Both of them capitalize on each other's changes so quickly just in that short interaction.
See that sheer amount of damage coming out there from Shauny's close range weapons. He really just needs to get in and get 1 or 2 hits, and it's like everything Riz does is for nothing.
Drill against the metal bears.
But he gets punished out of the rebirth cycle.
Got those satellite pods up.
Using those pods to zone while also using the Hornet Gun and everything else. Everything at his disposal just to hold him away just a little bit. You see the damage every time he gets in. That long dash. Oh my goodness.
He can't change.
He can't change. He's at 117, but he's in the
close.
rebirth cycle and he goes down. His build is so hard to handle.
Man, Riz was trying to play at range throughout that entire match, but it just did not matter. Shauny taking the victory here for the grand finals of the annual RPG Limit Break 1v1 Custom Robo Tournament.
If it's not on stream, we're definitely going to keep having it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you for indulging us in the awesome fighting game RPG that is Custom Robo. And thanks for having us on commentary, guys.
All right. Well, we're all getting tore down here. We're going to switch on over to Ni no Kuni coming up next. That'll be it for me hosting for today, but I will leave you in the good hands of High Spirits here. So look forward to that.